Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Tuesday evening and another record day for the old market. It just keeps going up and it's great. So let's see what's going to be popping tomorrow. Let's get to it here. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence and let's see what is happening. Robin, how are you this evening? And there's your heat map right there. CNR going live at the same time. Oh, no. Who do you choose right there, Robin? That's a hard one. I didn't even realize they were going live, probably because I was doing this, getting ready for my show. So you can have them both on. How about that, Robin? It's a hard choice right there. That's too funny, though. And I'll have to go back and listen to the replay for them guys and see what's going on. They're probably doing some sports stuff, but I'll check it out. And how is everybody tonight? So talking about Cavino and Rich show, if you're not familiar with them, check them out. They have their own show on what the heck's that thing called? Holy cow! I just went blank, and I can't remember the platform that they're on. Patreon, that's what it's called, and they do the Fox Sports and everything else. So there you go, and let's see what the market looks like because we had record days. Look at this Dow right here, guys. I mean, holy cow! Up and to the right, Nasdaq up. I mean, it popped up, dipped down, but by 11 o'clock, it was up and to the right. Same thing with the S&P, and the Russell just went ripping too. So you had Patreon. Thank you, Robin, and appreciate that. I was definitely drawing a blank for sure. And but yeah, a lot of good poppers there today. We had some good ones on the night note, in the morning show, everywhere's on the Discord. So let's get rocking and rolling and pick out what's going to look good. I did mention that snow yesterday, and that thing got ripping there today. That was a beauty. But how about MU? Holy cow, that thing is crazy right there. And then TSM today went pretty wild, but it looks like it could possibly be topping out. Maybe we'll look and see tomorrow. But MU is a monster right there. And you know what else was running pretty nice? Amazon was looking pretty good. Didn't we mention that last night? I had it as the number one on our spy list for last night on the night note. So it did look really good right there. I'll tell you what looks good in the after hours. I'll tell you what I did. I sold my Lucid calls. We'll see if tomorrow maybe I'll re-enter it. I don't know. It didn't look perfect to me. But then at the end of the day, for whatever reason, this looked really good. Critical metals, I bought these options and it went up it was up like 14%. Thing just skyrocketed. I mean, the chart just looked really good to me. Don't get me wrong. So that is what just happened there. And that was like literally at the last few minutes of the market. And it went nutty in the after hours. So yeah, it was up. Don't get me wrong. It was like right around here, but it looked like it wanted to continue. And your 20, I was figuring this, guys. I was figuring that 20 was curling up and going to hit that 50 and push it up. I didn't think it was going to happen that quick in the after hours. I was looking for tomorrow, but look at that thing. That's going to be a beautiful one when I open up the account tomorrow and the market opens, as long as that thing's still cruising along right there. And your UEC, that was running yesterday. Really nice. It was running up some more. DLO was looking good today, Michael Anthony. You're absolutely right. I was looking at that bad boy as well because we said we were buying some, got some, and then got rid of it there. So I did flip that one real quick. I didn't get a whole bunch, though. And we talked about getting it the other day. So that one was real quick and a very, very small position. I didn't really get too crazy with it. It wasn't anything crazy, but I said I was going to get some, and I absolutely did. It was looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It was curling up there, but then today I did lock them in. That's my thing this year for 2026. I'm locking in profits. Who cares? If it wants to go higher, it goes higher. It's not a big deal. Just keep locking them in, and your accounts will just continue to go up. DJT, that was definitely a dud this morning. I did not necessarily love that one. You know which one I was saying. Which one I said was first. I'm trying to think of which one I was saying. It went right up. Holy cow, I can't remember. When we go through, I'll remember what it was. I forget. I liked nuclear today. This one was running up there pretty well. What the heck one were we looking at this morning that I did like the most out of them all? I forget, to be completely honest. You probably remember, Robin. But yeah, DJT. It had run recently. It had that curl up look. Don't get me wrong. But as soon as the market kind of got going, it just didn't like it. And you can see it was, I was watching it, that's how I know. And then it came down, and the run up wasn't enough for the big recovery for it to really bounce up there. So we'll look at that as well as everything else. So no bowl games on tonight. I think the next one's on Thursday night. That game last night was actually pretty interesting. And again, I don't even remember who the two teams were. But anyway, let's see what's going on with our list and everything else here. Michael Anthony, Robin, Luis Rodriguez, Doge Mama 9, Laptop Travel, everybody else hanging out. Joseph Levy's probably at Pool League listening to the show, and everyone else joining. So here we go. And Low Country Profits, how are you doing? And I remember you hit me up over the new year and said, "What's up?" And I was sitting there today, like, I wonder if Low Country Profits listens all the time, or that was the person, Laptop Travel. I was thinking about this the other day, and which one? Holy cow! Now I'm drawing a blank on that. TNON. Here you go. Remember when TNON went from like what was it, like $4 to 125 in the pre-market that day? It was a while back. It was when I first started doing the show. I know that. So it was a while back. And it was probably right here. And maybe not, because I remember when it opened up, it was only at 15, but it was Laptop Travel and Low Country Profits, both of them. And we had talked about it that night. The three of us were talking about it, and I didn't have Webull at the time, so I couldn't even trade the thing. But I was telling them, like, yo, this thing's going to roll. I can just tell. And yeah, at 4 o'clock in the morning, they were both hitting me up, and that thing was flying. It was crazy. It went from like 4 to 4:15. It went in the morning on the in the pre-market, and it went from $4 for something to 125. It was wild, guys. And so yeah, I remember talking to Low Country Profits at the CNR convention about that story, and then he reached out during the new year. So yeah, Low Country Profits, he's always listening and doesn't chime in, but I know he listens and pays attention. He's really good at the market. I know that. So we were talking. He liked the critical metals, TMC. Yeah, this one, the critical metals company back here. So, and it did run up. Remember, we were there in early June, and then look, it popped up there, and it looks still pretty good. Actually, this one might be a really good one going forward right here, getting set up. So, one to keep an eye on. But anyway, there you go with a little backstory right there for everybody. And let's get cruising. ASTS, that was looking really good. Rhett liked that one the best. What the hell one did I like, Sam? Do you even remember? I forget which one it was, to be honest with you. Where's my list at? I should have it written down somewheres. What did I say? FISV. I think that's one I like, but we didn't go with that one. We went with something else. But look at that thing tomorrow. Which one did I like? It wasn't Redwire. OPTT was the was it ASTS? Is that the order that we said? ASTS? I totally forget, to be honest with you. It's feels like this morning was like 5 days ago. I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway, that was in the Discord this morning. We do our live trading every morning and give you out the best picks. And they're generally pretty accurate. I'm not going to lie. I mean, almost on the Dowie, they're on point. Lucid, that was the one I liked. There you go. It was Lucid. I think that was the one I might have liked the best out of them all this morning. And what did it do? It ran up first thing this morning, then pulled back again. I actually I did say I sold it. We all kind of got out of it right there as it was pulling back. Obviously didn't sell it right off the pop. Probably should have, but we didn't. But by 10:30, before it even got down here, I know that I was out of it. So probably right around here, I was up. I know it was what, 77%, I think, something like that. I was in the 70s, 70% profit on Lucid right there. So I locked in the gains, and then like I said, I took the profit. And then I walked it right in the critical metals right at the end of the day right here. And then look at this thing in the after hours. I couldn't believe it. I happened to look on Stock Twits, as a matter of fact, and it was trending. And I was like, wait a second, is that what it popped up today? Or is that up like a lot more in the after hours? And it is up a lot more in the after hours, as you can see. So that one might be a really good one tomorrow. And look at that 20 and 50 trying to crawl up. That one might get soaring tomorrow. So we definitely want to keep an eye on these metal and mining ones. And let's go through our list and see what's going on and what our good opportunities are going to be there, Utah Utes. And yeah, you had some good ones from last night as well. I put them on the list, so we'll go over them as well. And Luis Rodriguez, everybody else. So yeah, we're just kind of chit-chatting here, and now we'll go through the list and see what's going on. ONDS right here. This one was a rocket too this morning. Look at this thing. It went nutty today. It just it spiked down and then started going up. But look at that bad boy, up over 2% again. And it still looks good. I mean, it's in the top. It's in a pretty good spot right there. Like it would like to run some more. Galaxy was pulling back, Bitcoin and crypto also having that pullback. And remember what I've been saying, it did run up quite a bit, guys. So it's not a surprise to me. And I was saying, after about 5, 6 days here, it's looking really good, but you're going to have that healthy pullback as it runs up, and maybe a day or so, and then you can get curling right back up. That 20 looks good. It's in the channel. It looks really solid right now. It's back over your 50, and going to work its way back to the 200. It's not going to happen overnight, and nor do we want it to happen overnight. You have to have these healthy little pullbacks for it to stair step its way up and actually get kind of some momentum and get strong there, build bases, and not just go straight vertical, because it'll come straight back down just as fast as it goes up. So that's what we want to see in Bitcoin anyway. We were talking about it. Might as well go through crypto while we're on it and looking at it. Ethereum still looks real good, though, and that looks strong. So that's how you know these things aren't pulling back or looking bad. And Solana still looking bad, still looking good. And not bad there. And again, Bitcoin not looking bad. It's just having a little bit of pullback. It will dictate the market. So obviously these guys are going to hit that top area right now and then have that little bit of healthy pullback as well following Bitcoin, you would imagine. But they don't look bad. Ripple's ripping up there, and there's your little pullback right there as well. And it did. It got right into the top and then pulled back a little bit. So we'll see how long they really want to pull back. It might not even be long. Doge has been making a nice base up here and just kind of hanging out, waiting for things to get moving again. And then Cardano is finally seeing a first red candle there in the first for a few days there. So not that they're bad. They just needed this. They've been running up pretty big. They're stellar right there, a little bit of pullback. And your chain link right there is still running up as well. And let's see what Optimism's doing. Good old OP. And that one spiked up today. We were talking about it, and a little bit of pullback as well. But yeah, Bitcoin not bad, and just a little bit of that healthy pullback, to be honest with you. And that big spike down right there could be a nice low at 91. Maybe it doesn't even get back down that low, and it just kind of pulls back in this area in the 92s, holds itself, and gets moving again. So that's what it looks like. It could happen right there with Bitcoin. We'll be looking at it in the morning, and I'll keep you guys posted on that as well. And here we go. Let's keep on cruising right through. So that was Galaxy and crypto ONDS. ASTS was a monster today. Look at this thing. Looks like it wants to continue its way up. This was on the morning show. Rhett liked this one the best, and I don't think he was wrong on that for liking that one. Holy cow, that was a beautiful one. So Rhett with the beautiful call there this morning. So yeah, we always have great eyes looking at things and seeing what's going to be our best opportunities, and then we try to pick them out and try to give you some kind of order, obviously. And but yeah, we get it pretty accurate there. ASTS rocking and rolling today. UMAC right here. We were talking about this for the last few days, and it was up a little bit and still running up a little bit right now, and we'll see how much more it wants to run up. And nuclear, like I was saying, that was looking pretty good this morning. I did like it. It did spike up there, and then it had some pullback. As you can see, it was up early and then pulled way back down there. That was your bottom. So that was a pretty big difference right there. That's about $1 difference, it looks like. So interesting with nuclear. SMR right here, this was running up a little bit. As you can see, it did open up, pull back, but then at the end of the day, it got to finish its way back up there. So that was looking pretty good. And OKLO, OKLO, couple nuclear ones to look at. And this was running up. Remember, I was talking about this yesterday and thought it looked pretty good there. Well, that's probably why, because it was moving. You can't trade them all. That's why you have to pick the ones that you really like and then go with them. I happened to write critical metals right at the end of the day there, and I guess I liked it for a good reason, because it is jumping up. Hopefully it keeps it and keeps on cruising there. So that was nuclear, and some of them other ones, nuclear not looking bad right there. This actually, honestly, is starting to get into that spot. We'll look at it tomorrow and see what the 20, if it wants to roll up and push this up, that'll get cruising again right there. And let me see what else is going on with Rocket Lab. This one was pulling back a little in the after hours, but this, holy cow. Look at this thing in the top right there. That looks like it wants to run up some more tomorrow as well. So you may want to keep an eye on this Rocket Lab in the morning. That could definitely keep some momentum right there for Rocket Lab. Critical metals, obviously, looking great. But look at that look right there, curling up beautifully for RKLB. So keep an eye on that one as well. And let's continue right through our list. We'll cruise right through, But Kodak hasn't been the best lately. Maybe it's trying to make a bottom base right here, and it gets curling up tomorrow. And we'll take a look at it and see what's going on with it. And that's Kodak. It's not giving me any indication that it really wants to. I'm just saying maybe it wants to with the market cruising around like that. Maybe it does want to get curled up. I'll take a look at it tomorrow, but it definitely hasn't been looking good. That's for sure. And this UAVS, this one was pulling back a little bit, but could be a nice little healthy pullback. Look at that 20 trying to move up. That looks like a little healthy pullback look right there, guys. So keep an eye on UAVS. I'm going to keep an eye on that tomorrow because that could be a good one on a dip to keep running right there. And ASTS has done better than Rocket Lab. I would say it was definitely running up the last few days, but Rocket Lab is not looking bad. Michael Anthony, I don't know. They're both pretty good right there. I can't say that. They're like I said, they're both pretty good. It's maybe ASTS in the long run has gone a little bit better, stronger. More recently, that's for sure, running up, but they both look pretty nice right there, and they could continue their way up tomorrow, like I said. So we'll be watching them ones as well. And let's see what that EOSE, this electrical parts one, is up to. It was up like 5% today. Remember, we were talking about this, added to the list. Has a little bit of resistance right there, so you got to be careful. Tomorrow, right around that 1443, we'll call 1440 just to make it easy. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. Luis Rodriguez, Zebra. It's funny you said that because I saw this one actually. I just saw this yesterday, as a matter of fact. I had no idea what the heck it was, and it was on the scanner over there in stock on the Trend Spider. I remember because I was like, Zebra. I don't know that one. I would have added it to all the animal ones probably at some point. Not familiar with it, but it's not new because I looked at it and I was like, well, it's been running for a while. But yeah, that thing does look pretty good, Zebra right there. So that's interesting that you just brought that up. I totally forgot about that one, but yeah, that's an interesting one to look at. And EOSE is that electrical part ones, and running up does have that resistance above it. And let's look at our Trump crypto companies right here. ABTC was just down a little bit, but it's in that channel, not looking bad. And again, it's going to run with crypto. Crypto pulling back. This may pull back with it. So I don't know if crypto plays, you're probably just going to want to find them bottoms and then just let them ride up there. They're going to be volatile. And I guess if you want to trade them intraday, good luck because it's so volatile, especially with these things that you're relying on crypto. And then you can have anything happen in the middle of the night because crypto is running 365, 24/7. So you never know how it's going to affect the market at any given moment. But yeah, if you like crypto, and I definitely do, I love it. Just buy it and hold it and wait for it, or trade intraday, but know what you're trading, like how Optimism and some of these good ones are running up at the time, locking your profits on them spike ups. So that's how you're going to definitely want to trade crypto. That's for sure. But yeah, but playing these things like ABTC and Pew, like I said, you're just going to want to find some bottoms. And I think we might have discovered all the bottoms down here. You're pretty damn close to them. So just take that, and you can do whatever you want with that advice, or not even advice, with that knowledge right there. Look at Net Capital looking really good. They all actually do. And NCPL looks like it is setting up the run. So I honestly look at these things because they're finally looking pretty good. Like I said, we try to identify the bottom, and it almost looks like that could be the bottom now that crypto looks good. Look at PSQH trying to get cruising here, and they all do look better. Crypto look way better as well, but obviously we're going to be watching. It's going to be volatile, running up and down. So that's what you're going to get with these. And even these next ones right here, other ones that are great, but also very volatile all the time, depending on what a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and the big ones are doing. BMNR, the biggest Ethereum treasury right here, and it's pulling back. And again, it looked great. So you got to be careful with these things, especially if you're playing options on short ones on these guys, because they're going to be very volatile. And it depends. Crypto can do anything. So just beware of that and be careful with them. That's why I don't necessarily play these guys with options. I've bought them in my long-term account. I have UPXI, as a matter of fact, and I do have BMNR, but I have it for like a year out. So I'm betting that by the end of the year, crypto gets moving at some point in here. But yeah, here's UPXI. Look at that. It looks so great yesterday. It did run up a little bit. Don't get me wrong, but it does have that healthy pullback look. I don't know. Maybe you get a little pullback. And again, we'll be looking at crypto, Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum to see what they're going to do. But again, that's how I look at them, guys. So you can take that for what I'm saying. And I think like your ASTS are going to be better opportunities throughout your trading days to lock in profits and see bigger gains on options than BMNR, just with the volatility like ORBS right here. So that's what I'm just trying to say to you guys. So there you are, ORBS pulling back as well. And this FGNX actually wasn't looking too bad today. It didn't have that too hard of a pullback. You know why it don't look bad? Look at that 20 trying to curl up, and it's almost making a weird base right there. So I guess it's just hoping that Ethereum can keep itself steady and keep cruising. And Ethereum doesn't look bad. That's another Ethereum treasury. So obviously keep an eye on all of them, and we will. And like I said, find them bottoms, which this one was probably down here, guys. So you're going to want to look for that and then just go with them as long as you possibly can, but take them out or either trade them like real quick. But I'm telling you, options might not be the option or the best play here unless you're just taking that bottom to the top and you're buying leaps like Luis Rodriguez, and you're not worrying about the intraday. You know that you're going long on it, and that's what you're doing with it. So just trying to give you a little heads up with that and the little crypto ones that we look at on the daily. Somebody was actually asking me about that, and I was so I figured, hey, that's something good to explain and a good heads up there. So that's how I look at them anyway. Obviously, everybody has their own methods and styles, but that's how I look at them. But we do keep them on the list because they can be great opportunities. And obviously, I wanted to find the bottoms on them. And I do think we're discovering that as crypto looks a lot better. And obviously, we're going to keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't want to pull back as it is very volatile. QMCO right here up like 4% today. And not too bad. And then your RGTI was pulling back at one point, but then it got running up here. As you can see, look at it. Look at that pullback. It ran up first thing this morning. Well, I did like this one last night too. And then it finally got ripping there in the end of the day. And look at that thing. It has that look right there like it wants to pop off. So keep an eye on RGTI. That is getting set up as well. And I do like that look. And then you have your QUBT, which is quantum computing. And that was up a hair, but that actually it's in that channel, not looking too bad. And if that curls up to 20, that could get cruising tomorrow. And your QBTS is your D wave, and that was up today. I thought it was going to get through that resistance. It did actually. So it still looks pretty solid right there, I must say, for your QBTS. So keep an eye on that one, that's for sure. And these quantum ones not looking bad. And then, of course, your QTUM is your Defiance Quantum ETF. And look at it. It's over that resistance. It got right over today. It even popped up higher in the after hours. So I would say these quantum ones are looking pretty decent. Here's that QSI. And that was beaten down. Looks like it's trying to curl up. IONQ right there. If we get to it. Oh, nope. Let's try again. IONQ right there. It was up today. I know that. And wow, that looks really good for tomorrow too. Holy cow, we gotta add that to the list right there because that looks really good. So keep an eye on IONQ as well. And Luis Rodriguez, he buys time for peace of mind. The premiums have saved them on many occasions. I believe it, to be honest with you, Luis Rodriguez, because sometimes they look great, and the next thing you know, we have a little dip in the market or a correction. You have a better opportunity, and yeah, you're getting right back up to it, and yours were leaps that are far out, so it's not like you're getting killed on the time decay. If you're playing them real close to the expirations, you're going to get murdered on the time decay, and they're just not going to make it up there, and you got to be over whatever your strike price is to really get into the green there. So you're playing it kind of close, and again, you're with the crypto ones, you're really basing it off of what crypto is going to do. You're better off just playing crypto at that point. It's the way I look at it. But if you want to go long on them, that's why I'm just giving a little explanation. Someone had asked me why I keep them on the list, and I said I wanted to find out where the bottoms were. I think we found them, and it doesn't. Maybe we didn't. I don't know, but that's how I look at these things. And again, so just a heads up on them to let you know. IO and Q looking great, so keep that on the list right there. But yeah, you can buy yourself some time, obviously, for peace of mind, because you just never know. Usually, and it's worked like this against me a million times, where you buy an option. Look at TSM. I bought it for what, that one Friday. By the next Friday, it was up like 1,200%. It would have been ridiculous. Sometimes you should just buy. I feel like if I just buy an extra week, I'd be in way better shape sometimes. And it's like I've gotten cut out on options where they're set up. They look great, and I didn't buy it for far enough out, and then all of a sudden it runs as soon as my expiration hits. It's happened to me quite a few times. I'm sure it happens to everybody, but like Luis Rodriguez is saying, if you buy a little extra time, the premium's a little bit more, but you have that option to actually make money on it, because once it goes up and you didn't get expired out of it, and then it runs the day later or the very next week, and you're like, damn, if I would have just had that one, or if I would have rolled it over, or whatever the case is. But yeah, so just a little insight and mindset to look at. So thank you, Luis Rodriguez. And let's see what else is going on with these guys. RCAT, this is the one I thought was going to be moving today, and it didn't even do anything. I was honestly surprised right there. Yeah, it like just ran up first thing in the morning and then just kind of went flat. And I am surprised. It doesn't look bad. We'll see tomorrow. But that was the one I really thought was going to get moving. And that Z space pulled back again. Look at it, down another 8%, right? 4 cents. Yeah, so doesn't look terrible. Looks like a little healthy pullback. We'll look at it tomorrow right there. And there you go with the quantum and computer hardware ones that we always look at. And let's keep on cruising right on through our list, and I'll rock and roll through the rest of this, and we'll go through our Jolie's Jams, our laptop travel list, and then I'll see what you guys want to see. We'll look at our SPY Mag 7, the good old SPAG, and see what the big caps are doing and everybody else. We already checked out crypto, but we do have quite a list right here. So let me continue right through, and then I'll have a good story for you guys about my sister. Let me write this down, because holy cow, it's pretty hysterical. I'm not going to lie. You guys are going to love it. Let me write that down so I absolutely remember. And she knows I'm going to tell you, because obviously she was here. I got my hair cut, so I'll tell you the whole story. It's great. So I'll wait until the end for that, because it's I don't want to take too long. Anyway, let's cruise right through, and then I'll get to that, because you guys are going to like it. And let's go with UNH. And what did I say about the healthcare ones? Damn, we should have played that. You can't play them all, honestly. So I think we've been playing the right ones, to be completely truthful. And you just can't do them all. But we've been giving them all out and giving every opportunity out on this show. That's for sure. In the night note, and obviously in the Discord. You have to kind of take the one that you like and then trade it the right way. Trade it smart. Lock in those profits. And like I said, you'll constantly see your account grow if you start now. Was it? I think I had seen it was Zach. I said Zach Morris. He had posted something. If you compound, I got to go back and look at it, because I'm still friendly with him and follow him. I get on the X. What the heck did he say? I got to go back and look at it, because I commented on it, because it sounded pretty wild. Hold on. What the heck did he say? Here you go. I just found it right here. He said, all right, start with $500, compounded 4% a day for 252 trading days. That's how many trading days probably are in a year, minus all the holidays and the weekend. So that it says it's about right. He's saying the math says that's $9.7 million, guys. Is that right? Does anyone do the math on that? I don't know. You know, I'm not going to do the math, because I'm an idiot. But anyway, is that right? Compounded 4% a day for 252 trading days, and that's 9.7 million. He says, not saying it's easy, not saying it's normal, just reminding you why consistency but beats hype, and why small edges change lives. Green is green, and there you go. So interesting there. Is that math correct? I mean, I'm assuming that he's got the math right. I don't know. I didn't try to do it, but that's pretty wild just to think of. But I mean, take 2%, just take half of that then, and that would be pretty crazy right there. So just an interesting statistics. I don't even know if that was if it's accurate. Somebody do the math. Tell me if it's accurate. But I just saw it as I was coming on here. It just popped up, and I was like, huh, that's pretty fascinating right there. 4% each day compounded. So you're obviously taking your account and compounding it, but making it go up 4% each day for one full trading year is over $9 million. That sounds wild right there. I mean, like I said, do 1% of that and you're perfectly fine. So interesting kind of math concept, and that's what I always talk about: compounding it and keeping it small, and then just letting it ride and just keep letting it roll over. And obviously it'll compound into a lot, as you can see. But I don't know if that math is exactly accurate. I'm going to take his word for it. And if somebody else wants to check it out. But there you go. I just found that pretty interesting. Let's see what else is going on here. I'll tell you what else is setting up besides this one right here. So UNH right there. Oscar had been running up down a little bit, and that MOH had been recently running up and running up some more today, and that one's not looking bad. And Nasdaq is looking really good right here. This thing looks like it's trying to get set up raw. So let's keep an eye on Nasdaq. It's getting to be right in that right spot. That could have had some tax loss selling going on. So we will keep an eye on that Nasdaq right there. And an open door. They've been trying to pump this up, and it's been running up right there. And then they got ASST running up there as well. So you can keep an eye on them too. And again, they're like your pump ups on the who does them laptop travel? Why do I always forget these dudes' names? What is it? I don't even remember. I'm so bad with that. Holy cow. Why can't I remember these dudes' names? Eric Adams? I don't know. I'm just going to quit while I'm ahead. Eric something and somebody else. I have no idea. It's somebody. But they seem to pump them things. I don't know. I always forget these dudes' names, but that's what's at. And it's Chipotle right here, not looking too bad either. I think that's going to get curling up some more. Look at that rolling up, trying to get into the top. And obviously, we caught this one down here in the 30s. It's at 38, so not looking too bad right there. And let's see, because Cracker Barrel fooled me, guys. It ran up nice today. I'm not going to lie. Look at that thing. It went from 20 to 50 right there. And let's see if it can hold it and get back over. It looks pretty strong, and it's even going up in the after hours. So what has Cracker Barrel got going on right here? What did they do? I'm not sure, but it does look really good. Like I said, I wasn't so sure yesterday with that look, but today looks a lot better for Cracker Barrel. So we'll see what tomorrow brings for the good old country store of Cracker Barrel. And we'll see how the chart looks. Like I said, if it could get over that 50, get into that channel, and the 20 can curl up. I didn't think it was going to happen, but today was a really strong day for it. And let's see. Cracker Barrel welcomes winter with the return of beloved classics and addition of new favorites, all on the meals for two menus starting at what the, can I not read, guys? Am I like that stupid? It took me like 10 minutes to read that. I still don't even know what the hell I just read. What was that say? They welcome the winner with the return of a beloved classic and addition of new favorites on their meal. Okay, I guess they got some new menu items coming in, or like old ones. That was the problem. I was saying they didn't do the black eyed peas on, or whatever the heck they do on New Year's Day. That's a tradition. They were like taking off all their like favorite things. And when you do that, you're gonna piss off all your regular customers that really spend good money in there, believe it or not. They may not be the biggest tippers, they may not be the biggest spenders, but guess what? They're consistent with coming to your brand and consistently keeping it busy for you. So you want to make them guys happy usually, and then everybody else will probably be happy. That's why they're all showing up so often, because they're happy about something. So yeah, I guess they added some favorites back, and that made it look good and popped it up. So yeah, like I said, they had to do something there where it was going to be looking terrible. Thank you, Laptop Travel. Mike Alfred and Eric Jacksons. That's the two guys' names, and I always forget. What did I say? Eric something? I don't even know. I always forget their names. I'm not going to lie, but there you go with the Mike Alfred and Eric Jackson. They're always pumping up the ASST, and they also open door. I think they both do. I don't even know what them two guys are up to. I don't really follow them, to be honest. But anyway, and CMG Chipotle moving up pretty slowly, but not bad right there. It is like real slowly going up, but if you have it, and if you had it early, like when we were talking about it, you just continue to be in the green on it, because it does go up. And Cracker Barrel, not so bad. So we'll be looking at that one as well. And let's see what our Boyle and Gush is doing right here. Boyle, natural gas way down, but Gush right there is following it. So we'll see. It's kind of interesting because they started to run up the gas one, the oil ones, ExxonMobil and these guys, big pullbacks right there. And remember what I said, I wasn't going to chase them up there, that's for sure. So I did say it wasn't going up, Michael Anthony. That's what I just said. I said it definitely faked me out, that's for sure. I did not think it was getting up there to today. And then obviously, you know what they had? They had good news. I figured, I didn't look to see what happened, but I had to assume something happened there that was good. Cracker Barrel wasn't getting a spike up like that without that happening, and they had already gotten set up, but then it didn't look so strong. But it does look a lot stronger right now, I'll say. So we'll see what happens tomorrow if they can keep the momentum after today's big news, returning some big classics that people love back to their menu. So there you go with that. And UNG, I actually had that back. I sold that one off, Michael Anthony, when it did pop up here. Me and Ben and I had that UNG, and yeah, I did sell that one. I don't think it was a very big gain, to be honest with you. I don't remember. And it was a few days. It was last week, wasn't it? UNG when we, yeah, it had to, but it wasn't yesterday. So yeah, that was last week. I honestly don't remember. I don't. It could have been even. I don't even remember where it was. I might even taken a small loss. I really have no idea, but I know I had it last week. UNG, but we'll look at it again and follow it. They do look like they're pulling back a little bit. Plug right there was plugging away, and honestly, looks like this is trying to get to be in a good spot and stay there. Look at that 20 meeting up at the 50. Anytime you're seeing this right now, these things seem to be wanting to blast off and jump up there. So that's what plug looks like. Definitely keep an eye on that. QuantumScape down a little bit. Another one in a great spot, and I do remember looking at these today saying, wow, both of them right in a good spot right there. Plug and QuantumScape right in order on the list. But yeah, that's another one that appears to be trying to set up. So a lot of them looking great. Rocket Mortgage still going up a little bit. It was more or less kind of flat. IMRX right here, this was looking good. IMRX, yeah, that's it. This is looking good going into tomorrow's news. Look at that curling up. I think Ben said it's tomorrow after the close or whatever. So you have a little bit of time possibly in the morning. We'll see if it really gets jumping, but it looks way better right there. And it looks like that their trials are going to be pretty decent. Oh yeah, IMRX looking really good. I think that might be a good play for tomorrow, guys. IMRX, you might want to be watching that one right there. Keep an eye on that tomorrow there, Michael Anthony, because I think that one's going to be a decent one. And let's see what else is going on over here. IMRX and I were talking about critical metals, and I said I had sold my options on the old Lucid today. It popped up there. I was up over 70%. And then I just like this one at the end of the day. I was looking at it and I liked the way the 20 and 50 were meeting up there and didn't think it was going to go up in the after hours like that. But look at this bad boy. It's up almost 14% in the after hours. So hopefully it continues early on. And that is going to be a beauty in the morning. So, and I literally bought it right at the end of the day. I'm not going to lie. It was like right here, right before the close happened. I saw it and I was like, man, this thing. And as soon as I bought it, it just immediately started going up. Like I was never down on it. It went up like, it was up like $30 or $50. I forget what it said, but I like literally put it in and then it was up. Like as soon as I bought it, it was up. I was like, wow, that was pretty interesting. That doesn't happen every day. And then, yeah, so then it stopped right at the end, but it was up a couple bucks, and then it's obviously going to be up really good right there. So I'll be keeping my eye on critical metals tomorrow, but that was just a last second decision at the very end of the day right there. And I think that one might have been a good one. And if we had been on the live tray, I actually had to pick up the kids today from school. But if we had been on, you guys would have definitely known because I would have said that. And like we were on the live, but we weren't on. I know Ben hopped on at like from 2 to 3. I saw it, and I was actually running back and forth. And but anyway, there you go. Hopefully tomorrow we'll probably be on, but we're on in the morning. And there you go. That's critical metals. Rich Tech Robotics right here. CRML should drop tomorrow, Michael Anthony. Well, it definitely didn't drop in the after hours, that's for sure. And it can drop tomorrow. I promise you, I'll be probably selling that thing the minute the market opens. If it continues to spike like that, I'll have this one on the minute chart right there and looking at it. It looks like it wants to spike up. We'll see in the morning. Anything can happen between now and obviously 9:30 a.m. So you never know what's going to take place. but it is up. It's a good start. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was up big today already, and then it just looked like it wanted to continue to run right there. So we'll see. And your SPY Mag said we'll go through all them in a few minutes, but they're looking pretty good too. Rich Tech Robotics right here hitting that resistance, pulling back some, and then that Lucid we were talking about. And again, it's run up. I bought it right down here. I told you guys when it was up like 70 some percent. It didn't look great today as it was coming off that 20, like pulling back here early. And I'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Maybe I'll get right back into it. And I'm going to take Ben's word and advice on being able to buy them and then even buy them, get out of them, and even buy them back higher when you're that confident that it's really going to run. So I got out of this with some nice profits. I'm going to make some good profits on that CRML, it looks like. And then maybe I'll dump it back into Lucid, but we'll look at it in the morning and see how that appears and what it wants to do right there. So I'll keep you guys posted on the old Lucid. And Snap's just been on fire lately. Look at this thing. That could snap up to this line right here, and that is in like the 925 area, and that does look really good. So I would say I would keep an eye on Snap. It's been stop running, and I think we had it on the January effect list and kind of took it off just because it had run already too much. But I guess that was a bad idea because it wanted to run up a lot more again. So there you go. It's Snap just cruising along. Elf right here was looking pretty good today. So there you go. That was running up a little bit. Estee Lauder, not too bad. And then your Ulta, that's running up some more. Look at that bad boy. But Ulta looks like it could be another momentum play right there for ULTA. So definitely keep an eye on that one. Snap will report a loss and then drop. Yeah, well, it's running up now. So I'm not sure when their earnings are. I don't know when any of the earnings are, to be honest with you. When earnings come up, I'll look. Is there any earnings before? There was some. I know there was at least one company because I saw it. ANGO. This is the company that's reporting before the market. There's one I think after too. I don't know. There could be more, but let's see real quick. Earnings after tomorrow. I know there's not Air. That was it. I knew there was one that was reporting, and there's two of them. Look, it looks like Air, AIR, and it's an aerospace and defense one, and PENG, which is an interesting one right there. So there you go. You can look at that. But I know I looked at it and I was like, oh, Air. So if you want to play that one for a earnings tomorrow, they look like your earnings one. So I don't know when other ones are when earnings season really comes into play. But anyway, let's keep on going through. Iron right here. Well, what am I typing in? I'm still not typing it in right, but there's Iron right here. It's down today, and that's playing between the channels between the 20 and 50. So see if it pulls back. And good old Galt pulling back some more. Holy cow. I don't know what happened to this, but we're probably going to get a really good price action on that guy. So there you go with GALT, Joseph Levy. I don't know what happened on this thing, but it is dipping down. Now, the only good thing is, and I'll tell you, it came all the way down to that 200. So that is where it might bottom out. You can see it pulling back. We don't want to see it get into the basement, or it might be in there for a little bit. So we'll be keeping an eye on that GALT. And Redwire right here wasn't too bad. That seems like it wants to run up some more tomorrow. So we'll have to see what they look like as they open, because it could obviously pull itself back. It's hitting the 200 right there. So we'll have to see exactly what Redwire wants to do. And then your Okolos right there hitting almost a 50. So that looks like OKLO. We were looking at it before, but it looks like it could run up a little bit more. How about UPS today running up pretty nice and looks pretty strong? And so does FedEx right here. And so, yeah, there you go with FedEx and UPS. They both look really good. And let me see, which one did you tell us about would fall last night? I'm not sure there, Michael Anthony. And Redwire, you did say Redwire would dip. It actually pulled up right there. It's up. You could see in the morning, and then it ran up pretty good, and it finished pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie. So Redwire was actually up there today. Michael Anthony, so you had that one wrong, and I had Cracker Barrel wrong. So there you go. We're 1-1. We're 1-for-1 right there. Against each other, I guess, and trying to guess what's going on. But UPS, FedEx, both looking good right there, I must say. IVP is that cheapy one, and that did pull back. Still in the basement, could still run up there. Doesn't have a reverse split coming up or something coming up. I forget. No, I don't think it was this one. Maybe it was something else. But yeah, that one is still back down there, and really definitely a penny stock. AKAN not looking so bad. It was down this morning, came back down in the after hours. It looks like. Let's take a look at this bad boy, AKAN right there, and it is down to in the 48 land in the after hours. It didn't look so bad today, but it definitely pulled back there in the after hours. So we'd have to see that one tomorrow. That's another penny stock right there. And let's see what your data volt's looking like. Honestly, not looking too bad, to be completely honest. Look at that thing sitting there. This thing could run up again, guys. This data volt's kind of crazy. I don't know what the heck they do with software, but it looks pretty wild to me. Data volt price target raised to $4 from 3 at Maxim, it says, or something. I don't know. Maxim Maxim Radio and Maxim Magazine still they raising stock prices now. They got out of doing magazines for hot chicks, and now they do it for the stock market. What the heck is that talking about, Maxim? Anyway, data volt right there, not looking bad. That could continue to cruise up there and looking pretty good. This devs is in a good spot. It didn't do anything today except sit here, but it is in a good spot. Look at that 20 trying to come down, and your trend line right there. So that could just pop out of nowhere. Etsy, we talked about this last night. That was cruising up, looking pretty good right there, and could continue to run. So definitely keep an eye on good old ETSY Etsy right there. That's looking nice. LAC, that was up a little bit today. That could continue up tomorrow as well. So you keep an eye on that. And then FBGL, this one, Utah Uties, I think, gave us this guy, and this one was running all around. I did see it was up right there. Check it out. You can see it was popping all around. So that's a good cheapy one for you. Engineering and construction, FBGL, FBS Global. So that was popping up, a good one from last night from Utah Uties. And ENGS right here was up a little bit. This one's trying to curl up, not looking too bad. So keep an eye on that one. That one looks pretty solid right there. And then we have Kit right here, Nauticus Robotics, and that was up and starting to cruise up there. So that's in that channel, not looking too bad. Mass started to run up today, and look at that thing up 28%. So another one Utah Uties gave us right there. So thank you very much for that one. That was a good one. 3E Network Technology Group looking pretty decent. And then check out this one, Lois Rodriguez. I know you brought this to my attention before, but your data dog is definitely looking pretty good. It looks like it's going to get barking tomorrow. So keep an eye on DDOG right there. Good old data dog software application. They've been liking the run. Snow is running good today. We were talking about that earlier. It looks like it wants to run up some more right there. So keep an eye on this DDOG as well. That does look good. We did mention this one last night. Somebody talked about Healthcare Triangle, HCTI, right? It was on my list. And look at that thing. It was up. Starting to move right there. So keep an eye on this HCTI. I noticed we were talking about it last night. So there you go, HCTI right there. And that's how you picture Michael Anthony. I love that. Here you go, Michael Anthony. Look at the repost I just put up there from Sam. It's beautiful. That's how who was that? Who was that? Mother, what character is that there? Sam, I'm trying to think. What the heck is that in it? I almost feel like it's from like Metroid, but it's not. I definitely remember that character being in something. And it's a cartoon. I just don't, as a mother brain, I don't even remember what the heck it is. But I definitely remember that cartoon as a kid, or that character anyway. I haven't seen that character in forever. That's pretty wild. Anyway, this healthcare triangle right here, HCTI, looking pretty decent. So keep an eye on that one. How about WXM right here? I'm not sure what that's up to. WXM, WF International. That's not looking too bad. It's curling up there, not looking so bad. Look at that. I would say that could be a winner tomorrow. Somebody had mentioned this one. I think it was on Stock Twits right there. So, yeah, that looks pretty decent, I must say, for WXM. And let's see. Oh, Laptop Travel has that on his that's funny. He had that on his list. I didn't even realize that. I wrote it down, then wrote this one down, I think, after the fact, because I just wrote it down, I thought. And yeah, didn't even put that together. But anyway, and then let's look at CUE right here. Q. How'd you know I was typing that in there? Trend Spider was right on Q, as a matter of fact, because I hit the enter button after the U. and it somehow wanted to put Q in there, but it's not putting it in for some reason. Let's see. Come on, Trendspider, let's go. All right. Well, Trendspider's having a hiccup. There's Q right there, right on Q. And that's getting over to 20. It's not looking so bad right there. We'll have to keep an eye on that tomorrow. I'm not so sure. Up a little bit in the after hours. Like I said, I'd look at that one tomorrow right there for CUE. So there you go with CUE. And let's look at these other ones. Michael Anthony, I bought one of your calls. I got rid of one today, DLO. I got rid of that, and it was a very small position, very small profit, but I'll take it. I lock it in. And then I bought another one right here. So that's your DLO, and it could continue to go up. It actually doesn't look bad, but I just didn't want to take it into the next day for whatever reason. I didn't want to. I'm just locking in those profits. ABEO, even though they weren't much, it was whatever. ABEO right here, setting up, not the one that I got. It could pull back right there. We'll keep an eye on this one. Hold on, I got to look at this one. But I'll tell you the one that I got. And yeah, it has a little pullback. We'll see. But this one right here, LW, I got a couple options on this one, Michael Anthony, and I think this one's going to start curling up. As a matter of fact, I alerted it in the Discord. So there you go with LW, and it's starting to move right there in the after hours, perhaps. I know it started to move at the end of the day and then took a nice dip candle on the last minute right there, pulled back. But it looks like it's trying to move right back up. And I'm telling you, this thing looks like it's curling up, to be honest with you. So keep an eye on this. That could have been bottomed out. Look at it. It looks like it wants to get curled up maybe in the next few days. So keep an eye on LW right there. Not looking bad. And then your UEC is up 55 cents right there and continuing its way up. That was a good call, Michael Anthony. So I did like that one as well. And thank you for that one. Watch LW hit 41, then pop. So let's see. LW, where's it at? It was pretty close to there, right? Oh no, it's you think it's dipping down some more, Michael Anthony, huh? Well, you should have told me this. I didn't. You probably did say that. I'm not gonna lie, but I thought it was looking pretty good, and obviously I only got a couple of options on it, so I can definitely get some more if I must. So we'll take a look at it. But like I said, it's looking pretty good. It has that look. We'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. And if it doesn't look great, maybe I'll just get out of it tomorrow and then get it back. But anyway, I will keep you posted on LW and see what we want to do with that one. That's a Michael Anthony one right there. So just letting you know what I got there. So there you go with them guys. Let's see what our Jolie's jams are up to right here. Our rhythm, and let's see, it is pulling back a little bit. And again, the cannabis stock's not looking so great at the moment, to be honest with you. They didn't look great, and they are pulling back. So you can see most of them right there, kind of having a little pullback area. So we'll be keeping an eye on them. Blink charging right here. Look at Barrick Mining. That's a gold one. Whoa, look at that thing. That one's going crazy. Good old B. Our buddy B right there, Barrick Mining. We should have been keeping an eye on this. I should add it to that. I always forget about it. It used to be gold, right? This used to be GOLD. And right, wasn't that gold, or am I wrong? But it was something. I forget, but this is gold.com now. Look at that thing cruising along. I don't know. Maybe Barrick wasn't gold. What was Barrick? I forget what it was. It wasn't B. I know that. What the heck? What it used to be something. I forget what the heck it used to be. To be honest with you, I can't remember, but it used to be something. Let's put it that way. And that is Barrick Mining. That's a gold one right there. Speaking of gold ones, JNUG way up there looks really good right there. And GDX is looking pretty good for gold on that one. And of course, NUG's going to be looking pretty good too. And here you go with NUGT hitting a little resistance, but they are looking good. Silver, and that's looking good. Look at that thing. Got right up to that pop. And it even popped up in the top in the after hours for SLV. And then your SIL right there still looking good. So a couple great ones. And then your REMX, we said this one last night was looking great. And there you go, up over 5%. B was gold, right? Okay, I was right there, Michael Anthony. I thought it was. And now it's gold.com. And I kind of remember when they changed, but it was a while back. And I don't know. It was I couldn't really pinpoint it there, but thank you for reminding me there. And let's see what else. Let me just cruise right through the laptop travel list. I'll go right through them real quick. There's a bunch of them, but you guys will look at them real fast, see what we like on this list. We already looked at WXM. That was at the bottom of the list there, but no particular order. I think it's in alphabetical order, if anything. And yeah, it probably is. But anyway, yeah, so we looked at that one. Let's cruise right through the rest of them. Then we'll look at our big cap spy, all them, and then I'll go through the messages and see what you guys want to see, because I see there's a bunch of messages and everybody wants to see what's going on. And your Michael Anthony actually beat you in Jeopardy tonight. Laptop travel, see that? He said Barrick used to be under gold. Thank you very much. Michael Anthony chimed in 1 minute sooner right there under that one. So there you go. It's like Jeopardy on this game. You got to chime in and see, because it tells you the minutes on the chat right there. So we'll give Michael Anthony the 100 points for gold right there. GOLD, we used to be Barrick Mining, now it's B. And now GOLD is gold.com. And anyway, BIVI, I can't spell it, but there you go. BIVI is BioVio or BioV or something like that. And look at that thing. That looks really good to try to continue up there. Michael Anthony, 206,000 in volume. It's up over 6% and still looks pretty good, I must say. So there you go. With BIVI and BOSC, that is BOS. Better online solutions. Let's see if they have a better online solution that wants to make the old stock go up. That's what we're concerned about. It's in that channel. Looks like it's going to stay in there right now. BRN is Barnwell Industries. That's looking really good right there. Keep an eye on it. You know, I marked that last night because I thought it looked really good. And it is looking pretty good. So, yeah, keep an eye on that one. CNET right there. That one's hitting a little resistance. So, we'll have to see how that is in the morning. ERNA is something, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Ernexa Therapeutics, something like that. But it looks pretty good right there. So, there you go. You always give me the list in alphabetical order. So, yeah, thanks, Laptop Travel. I appreciate it. So, if I get lost, I can find my way back home. I did realize that before. And when I was just looking at it, I was like, wait, they're always in alphabetical. It's in alphabetical order because it always is. But yeah, I appreciate that you do that. It's easier for me to jot them down. That's for sure when I'm writing them, because if you were all over the place, I would be like, what is the next one? But since they are in alphabetical order, it does make it way easier for me. So I do appreciate that. And Michael only beat you because you're driving. Oh, okay. Michael Anthony only beat my laptop travel. He had a handicap. He was driving and then on the phone, so he was only a minute behind on that gold call and for our Jeopardy game. But good try there, Laptop Travel. That was pretty quick then if you're on the phone and driving. So I would say that's pretty damn good. And ERNA on your list right here. Let's see what it's up to. Oh, MA holding down the fort. Which one's that? MasterCard. Damn, that looks really good. I wasn't looking at that today, but we might want to look at MasterCard. That's for sure. Let's look at ERNA, and that's that Ernexa thing. That's looking really good. I'm telling you, keep an eye on that thing right there. And then EasyGo, that's a China one right there. I know that one. And let's see if it wants to easy go up there. Recent reverse splitter in December, and it does look pretty good to go up. So you keep an eye on that. JRSH right here, Jarash Holdings. That's bouncing around. And JVA coffee holding right here. That's getting set up. That could be a good one going forward. So watch that. LEDS. Hope I didn't get to the S. LEDS is Semileds Corp or something. I don't even know how to say that. But anyway, that's what it looks like to me. And it's over to 20. It looks like it's going to run towards the 50, maybe not all the way tomorrow, but it looks like it's going to make its way up there for LEDS. And MTEK, we looked at this last night, and it is trying to move up a little bit. We'll have to see what that wants to do really tomorrow. And Nucana, NCNA right here. Nucana, whatever, UK one. That one's been running up a lot. I'd actually be careful. It's hitting the 50 right there. So there. Oh, MA is Michael Anthony. You're saying that's pretty funny right there, Luis Rodriguez. I really thought you were talking about MasterCard, but that looks really good too. So MA, Michael Anthony, he's the new MasterCard. He's holding down the fort. Look at MasterCard there. I thought you were talking about that one, but you're talking about MA is Michael Anthony. I tell you, things go right over my head sometimes. It doesn't take much to trick me. And Yeah, that's pretty funny there. I just have to sit back and laugh about it. As I'm telling you, I used to like things like that. I would have definitely caught on. I don't catch on to any of that stuff anymore, nor can I read or understand what people were what I'm reading. So it's interesting for sure. And let's see, that's a Mastercard looking good. We'll add it to the list anyway. We'll add Michael Anthony to the list right here. And let's see, New Canada right there. We were just looking at this one, and that is NCNA. It's a UK one, just kind of sitting there hanging out. PFAI, Pinnacle Food Group's looking pretty good, curling up, not looking bad. And then you have your pets right here, TDH Holdings. And that one's one of them ones that is curling up, but I'm not, it has like all them crazy spike ups. That's one of them China ones. I'm not sure if I would get into that one, but you can check it out. VBIX, Vubix right here. This one's been running up. We've looked at that one a few times. And what the heck did I even write? VIVS right here, I think. Vivo Sim Labs. Let's see. That's got a nice trend. Oh, that's getting to be a good one right there for VIVS. It's been beaten down. We looked at WXM, and then I think I'm not even sure what is the last one. Is it that can't be that? Is it this? I don't even. What the heck did I write? Oh, is it no? Is it Weemy? I know that's one, right? I don't know what I wrote. Laptop travel. I really have no idea. What the heck did I write right there? WJNI. I have no idea what I wrote. Laptop travel for the last one. So anyway, can't be that because there's definitely not a WJ anywhere. So it's got to be a WI and then an N and an I, but that's not one either. I don't know. It's got to be this one. I'm gonna assume it's this one. It's looking pretty good, and I'll just say it's this one. Weemy. There you go. And because I don't even know what I wrote. But anyway, there you go. It's your laptop travel list. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel and Asian Jolie, for your list. And let's go ahead and look at our Spags and all these guys real quick. We'll run right through, pick out the good guys and what wants to get popping. And then we have a ton of stuff to look at on the old stream right there. So if you have anything that you want to check out, feel free to throw it up there. We're going to go through the entire thing and see what everybody wants to look at. It may take us a little while. I see a ton of them up there. So but we'll have a good time. And then I'll tell you a good story about my sister. It's pretty damn funny. I'm not going to lie about that. And let's see what's going on. Our SPY was definitely up today. Our Qs were looking great today. They were running up. There's a little resistance, but the SPY went right through that resistance today. Didn't even care right there. It didn't even phase it. And your IWM right here, IWM, and that was up and looking really good. And it looks like it wants to continue up. So your indices are looking good for tomorrow. I have to say that, which is you would assume that the market's going to run some more tomorrow. So a lot of these ones that look like they have momentum, and that's where I based that critical metals. I waited till the last minute right there, literally, and last couple minutes basing it to see if the SPY, the Qs, everything looked like it was in sync, wanted to continue up tomorrow. And then I said, you know what, this thing looks like it wants to continue to run. And it was a last minute decision, and it was probably a good one. I'm hoping it doesn't pull back in the pre-market hours. Don't go selling this off, Laptop Travel, and you 4 a.m.ers on me. Wait until it pops up there, and then I can get out at 9:30 because I bought a few options on it. And it's rocking and rolling. So where's that? I didn't even see that. Is that a one of these guys? No, I don't even see it. WINI. I don't see that anywhere. Laptop travel. That's what I did write down, and I think, but there's a Weemy. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get back to that later. And here we go. Let's cruise right through and see what's going on with the rest of these guys. So anyway, Apple right here wasn't looking so good. Why weren't we shorting this thing down, guys? When I said this like the other day, 3 days ago, I think Sunday night, I said it wasn't looking good. It was going to come down. Here we're 2 days later, and it's still pulling back. Like almost a couple percent right there, almost 2%, just dipping down nice and easy. Amazon was looking great. We did say this last night too, and that one went cruising. So I made that the number one on the night note for the SPY ones. Google wasn't looking bad, but it is pulling back. I'm glad I waited for it because it was trying to get set up. And I said, you know what? Let's wait for this one to get up to the MACD. And Meta right here is just kind of hanging out. And it does look like it wants to roll off, but I'm not exactly positive. So I have to look at that one tomorrow for you. And Microsoft right here is up. and that does look like it's trying to get set up and trying to bounce off. So keep an eye on Microsoft tomorrow. That one could be good. Amazon could continue its way up, obviously. And then, of course, your NVIDIA, a little bit of pullback. It should have ran up there at the CES. They had some good next gen Rubin AI platform, something like that. I can't even read all that, so I'm not even going to try. It's all kinds of stuff in here. And I'll highlight it for you guys. You guys can read that on your own because I don't know what that even says. I already know I'm going to get lost as soon as it says this Alpameo or whatever, models and AV. I don't even know what it's talking about. So I'm not going to try, but NVIDIA is out at CES. They released this new AI thing, Rubin or something, and the price isn't looking great today, but we'll see what it looks like tomorrow anyway. And there you go. Weemy, there you go. It was Weemy, right? Laptop travel. That's the one we did look at. And this is NVIDIA that we're looking at. So let's see what Tesla was up to. We're all over the place, but it's a lot of fun. And Tesla was all over the place, but going down today. And let's see, Tesla shares fall after NVIDIA unveils open source autonomous vehicle AI models, seen boosting rivals and challenging Tesla's and autonomy lead or something. So Tesla didn't like that news today, and it got dipping for us. So there you go with your Mag 7. Here's that AMC. I'm telling you guys, look at this thing. We'll see tomorrow. It's getting really close. So we'll see if this thing has anything in it. And again, I'm not looking for anything crazy. I'm just looking for it to curl up and pop up a little bit, and it'll be a nice little pop up. So there you go at AMC. You guys can check that out. And then our GameStop pulling back a little bit. Chewy right there was also just kind of hanging out on that trend line. It could get moving. Unity pulling back after it had run up. It looks like it ran up early and then did pull back. Let's see what Netflix is doing as that pulls back, and PSKY is Paramount. And I mean, we should be shorting this one down too, because it does definitely has been looking like it wants to pull back. Warner Brothers right here, kind of hanging out, just waiting for things to blow over, I guess. I don't know. I don't know when that Netflix deal goes through. AVGO right here, that one's it wants to set up, and at the same time it doesn't. We'll look at it tomorrow. I was looking at these today for these semiconductors. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It looks like it wants to get set up right there. It's just, I think it does, to be honest, but I'd have to confirm that tomorrow. MU has been an absolute beast. I mean, just a monster. Probably could pull them all up alone right there. TSM was running up pretty big this morning. Did have a little bit of pullback. We'll see tomorrow. SMCI is one of them ones getting set up right here. So definitely keep an eye on this SMCI. You'll be a little early to the party, possibly. AMD, isn't that pulling back there today, I believe? And it was pulling back for it there to that trend line. So we'll see what's up with this AMD and what it wants to do. But QCOM running up big right here. So keep an eye on that. Look at that bad boy. QCOM looking great, I must say. And let's see if I bet it will run up to some more tomorrow. So you might want to keep an eye on QCOM right there. I don't know what's going on. Did they have some news today? ADP data and Constellation brand earnings, CES or something. I don't know. What's Constellation doing? Isn't that what is that Constellation? I just saw that thing. STZ. Yeah, that's what it is. STZ. This was running up. This was looking pretty good. They have earnings coming up possibly tomorrow, actually, right there. Yeah, console. I just saw this thing. So keep an eye on that thing right there. Anyway, let's keep going. Snow was ripping today, and that was looking good. That looks like it wants to hit that 240 area tomorrow, so we'll see if that gets landed in the 240s. And PayPal right here wasn't looking bad, and finally getting cruising along, so that's moving. Intel looking a little better as it pulled back. It ran up yesterday, then had that pullback. We'll see if it wants to run. And keeping an eye on this Dell right here. Remember, I was saying we had to see if it wanted to pull back or what. It is pulling back right now, so we'll see if it continues right there. IBM, look at this thing ripping right there. IBM popping and could continue that momentum. So that's one. Remember, I was off on them too because Intel looked really good. It had been popping up there, and Dell looked like it was setting up. And then all of a sudden, IBM had been pulling back there, but I guess that was a real nice, healthy pullback right there. Made a nice trend line and got ripping there today. So definitely keep your eyes on that one for tomorrow. Could continue. And then Palantir running up there today, not looking too bad. We had mentioned this one this morning. I think I had mentioned Palantir looking pretty good. Sam, on the Discord this morning. And Sophie's been coming back. I'm telling you, ever since they had that offering, I forget when it was, it has not looked good. Mara and Riot just kind of hanging out here. And obviously, Bitcoin, like these are the same ones as the other ones. Anything crypto related is going to be super volatile. And if you're going to do it, just find the bottoms and buy them, and then buy them out for a while there. And then you can just forget about it and trade the rest of the market, because it's just a little tough to trade these, or just go right into crypto. But that's Clean Spark right there. MicroStrategy's also down. Not real happy about that one. I'm sure Sayer, look at that thing, hit the 20 and just got rejected right there. And let's take a quick look and see where crypto is. 92.4 still. And yeah, you're having that little pullback after all that run up from Bitcoin, and you'll probably see with Ethereum, the rest of them. So BM&R and all them other guys. So AMC, their last major films debut was Doomsday. There you go. That's perfect. That's about right for that company, I would say. And let's see what's going on with the rest of these guys right here. And MicroStrategy's down. Robinhood was down, and Coinbase was actually down today too. And let's see, Bull, that didn't look too bad today. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Space right here just hanging out. That actually looks like it's curling up and pretty good. Keep an eye on it. Boeing was up a little bit more today. Not looking bad. And then, of course, your DJT, not such a great one today. We were talking about this morning. I didn't necessarily love it, but it did try to run up at the end of the day there. We'll see about that tomorrow. I think there could be some better ones, but we'll look at it tomorrow and see what goes on with that one. Nike right there has been running up and going to hit that resistance. And then McDonald's has been that good pullback, and it's bouncing off of there. Remember, we said watch for that bounce, and there you go. It could pull back a little bit more. And Disney just looking good right there, Luis Rodriguez. And Oxy right there. And that's just kind of, I mean, Oxy doesn't look too bad. ExxonMobil had a big pullback, but Oxy doesn't look so bad at the moment. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. And DXYZ right here is at Destiny's Tech, and that one is pulling back at the moment. So that had that big run up when the space ones did, and we'll see when they all get set up again. But ASTS has been looking really good right there. Not that one, but this one right there running up and looks pretty strong there for tomorrow. So that is what they look like right there. Let's go through and see what you guys want to see, because we have a ton of them to look at. And I'll go through at the top, and we'll just cruise right through. And I don't know, is Robin hanging out with two shows on right now? He might be listening to CNR live right now and our show. So Robin hanging out this evening. UEC, we were looking at that. DLO, we were looking at that one. And bought the dip on SPRA, dip at 1848 near the low, 1836. And he almost bought the bottom right there for Michael Anthony. So let's take a look and see what SPRA is up to. Sabra Healthcare. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, well, the health ones are looking pretty good, like I was saying. So nice call on that. Nice pickup on that, Michael Anthony. ASTS was very good to you today, huh, Sam? I love it. There you go. Beautiful. I love it. And Lucid was up there. We were talking about it, like I was saying. We were liking that one this morning. KITT. SBDS. Did we look at it? I forget. SBDS solo brand. We looked at this the other day. It was starting to curl up there, not looking too bad. And I remember I mentioned this as a solo cup. I don't really know. And SKK right here. What is that one? I forget. SKK Holdings, easy enough to remember. And that is cruising along up 4% right there. Utah Uties and that WXM. Like I said, not looking too bad right there. Laptop Travel had it on his list as well. So there you go with that. I'll cruise through the ones that we didn't look at. Luis Rodriguez, let's see. You had MicroStrategy path on here. That was making a nice path up and does look good. That could be another momentum play for tomorrow. PATH. Keep an eye on that. Hey, how about AIP right here? I haven't looked at this. I know the Godfather was all over that one before when it was running up, and that's running up pretty nice. Haven't looked at it, but there you go. That is looking pretty good. And, of course, Light right here. Holy cow, this thing's a monster, Luis Rodriguez. We got to write this thing down, LITE. It's definitely not a light one. That's for sure. It's a communication equipment one, and it just keeps busting up there. Anytime it dips down, it likes to run. We did look at JNUG. It is looking good right there. Gold looking pretty good. Rocket Lab, I'm telling you, that thing looks pretty solid too. Had a little pullback in the after hours, but I don't think it's going to phase it tomorrow. I think that's ripping. Aklo right here, not looking too bad. Has the 50 up there, but looking pretty good. Adobe, we did not look at. That's bouncing off a nice trend line. That could be a good one. Your bread holdings right here. This thing is a monster too. Holy cow. Look at this thing. Bread Financial Holdings is making some bread, that's for sure. Lulu, we haven't looked at this in a while. Has a little resistance trying to get in the top. I'd be careful. And I did put that data dog on there. I beat you to it there, Luis Rodriguez. How about that? Because I already had it on the list and it was looking good. Elf, we looked at and it was up today. Not looking too bad. That REMX I looked at. AIFU, I mean. AIFU insurance brokers. How about that? AIFU. And yeah, that's curling up looking pretty good right there. I could say AIFU to everybody as it goes up. And SOUN, the good old Soundhound, was moving up a little bit there today. And it looks like it wants to go up a little bit more. Has a little resistance right there. It gets through that 1159. It could definitely get up into this and get moving. So there you go with a few of them that we didn't look at already. Let's see, Michael Anthony. SEB right here. Let's see what this one's doing. Seaboard Corp. Oh, that looks really good too, Lewis. Who said that? Luis Rodriguez. That is definitely getting set up to run. SEB. I like that. VTYX. And that is Ventix or something. Wow, look at that spike up from 10 something to 24. That was pretty massive. It hit 25 today. It opened at 790. That's a pretty big one right there. I'm not even sure what the heck they're doing. Did someone mention this yesterday? Did you mention this yesterday, Luis Rodriguez? I feel like you did, to be honest with you. That's pretty massive right there. That's a big run up, that's for sure. And I think we looked at it yesterday. So that's interesting. AMOD right here. Let's see. Alpha Modus. Oh, that one looks really good too. Oh, it jumped up 46%. I didn't even notice the purple right there, but it did look really good. So AMOD looking pretty good right there. So keep an eye on that. Could continue to run up. What is the one started with an N? Are you trying to set me up with something crazy there? We have nuclear. Is that what you're talking about? Michael Anthony, I'm not sure. Were you talking about this nuclear? I'm not exactly sure. Let me see. What else starts with an N besides nuclear on our list? NCPL. Oh, that one was looking really good. Net Capital, this Trump one. This is looking pretty good right here, Michael Anthony. That's crawling up if you were talking about Net Capital, NCPL. Could be that one. That one was definitely looking nice right there. Besides that, not sure what other one started with an N. So you let me know. Or Nug right there, but I'm pretty sure you know that. So they're the ones that start with an N. That SanDisk, Luis Rodriguez went wild today, huh? What is it? SNDK or something? SanDisk? There you go. It was up $75. That one might continue to go up there tomorrow, guys, and have some momentum. So you might want to keep an eye on SNDK. Holy cow. I was looking at this thing. Jesus, that thing just kept on running, didn't it? Just didn't want to stop. I'm kind of not surprised, but wow, that did do some running. And MP Materials, this one might be a decent one. That's another metals and mining one right there. We'll keep an eye on that, Michael Anthony. You liking that for tomorrow? It has that look like it could move. Let's see, MP right here. Yeah, I'd say if that gets curled up, MP could get moving right there. Like I said, that critical metals is already moving for us in the after hours, so we'll be watching that. I'll look at MP tomorrow. I'm going to jot it down over here. So I look at it. ASTS doing better than Rocket Lab, you were saying, and they're both looking pretty good, I must say, but Keys is about to break out. So let's see who has their keys out and to see what's going on with Keysight Technologies. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good, Luis Rodriguez. I would say that. Others were taking about UAUS pump. Others are talking about that. UAUS is a UAVS. This one, Michael Anthony, is this the one you're talking about? It ran up a little bit. I recently put it on the list because it was looking good and it ran right up there. We'll see. That 20 curls up. It could be a good one that runs up. it is pretty beaten down. I guess it had run up recently in the summertime. And so, yeah, this one could be a good one for this year, to be honest. So we'll keep an eye on that. We were talking about the zebra and it grabbed my attention. Like I said, I had seen that one yesterday on my scanner. I just didn't know what the heck it was. And that one was running up there, it looks like. So the zebra running pretty fast. I guess there's like a lion chasing it or something. What was the lion? LGHL right here. There's the line. It's been down there, that's for sure. And JagX, what's that been up to lately? That's just been kind of hanging out. It was up today. Yeah, look at that. JagX curling up. You can keep an eye on that one right there. And there you go with them two. What was the other one? CTNT is the old cheetah right here. That's actually looking good to get out of the basement. So there you go with the cheetah. You can keep an eye on that. Let's see. Fly. Look at that one. Fly is getting set up. I do like Fly too. Cheaper than air, you're saying. And I agree. I would say Fly is much cheaper than air. And it's pretty new and it's beaten down and it does want to get set up aerospace and defense. I think that's another good one right there, Michael Anthony, that you keep an eye on. FLY, watch for dips. It's getting set up right there. So definitely one that is not looking bad. And let's see, HNRG. Let's see what Howard Energy is doing. Let's see. That one is kind of curling down right there. Let me see what's going on. HNRG. Yeah, that one's dipping down right there, I must say. So we'll have to look at that and see how far it wants to dip. LOB, let's see. Hold on, let's see what LOB is doing. Live Oak Bank Shares. That one's hitting some resistance up there. It is curling up, hitting the MACD. Not so sure it gets through right there for LOB. We'll look at that. Laptop Travel, NBY right here, Nova Bay. That one should continue its way up. It's been running for a little while right there. I definitely check that out in the morning. That could continue to go right back, right up there. RLMD, Relmada or something therapeutics. That thing's dipping down too. So watch for that to dip down. TOI Oncology Institute. That looks like it could be running up there. So that one's not looking too bad. ALMS. That was running up today. I don't know if I'd have to look at that one today. Tomorrow, Sidious Space has been running everywhere. Keep an eye on it. Looks like it wants to run up some more tomorrow. It's been running like a monster lately. And AEVA right there, that's running up today. And there you go. It's spiking up, not looking too bad right there. Let's see what Tree's up to. That's Lending Tree. See if they want to lend you a tree or lend you a good stock chart right here. This bad boy trying to curl up. It doesn't look too bad. I'd look at Tree in the morning. FVRR. Is that Fiverr? It is Fiverr. Look at that. FVRR. That's actually looking pretty good right there. And that's been beaten down. I would say keep an eye on good old Fiverr. That's getting set up. FVRR. That's what that is. And that's looking pretty good. And ROG. Let's see what ROG is up to. Rogers Corp. Not sure what that is. Electronic Components. It's curling up as a resistance right there. So just watch out for that. And GLDD, the Great Lakes Dredge and Dock Corporation. I guess they do some dredging in the Great Lakes. I'm going to assume. I have no idea. But that one's just hanging out there. I'd have to look at that tomorrow. Looks like it could pull back. And there you go. And your gift tonight. Let's see what this is up to, guys. Here's your laptop travel gift. FMST, Foremost Clean Energy right there. And let's see that one, just a little bit of pullback. Let me take a better look at it over here. FMST. Let's look at that one until tomorrow. Let me take a look. It could have a little pullback. I could see it getting set up, but it might pull back a little bit there. So let's just look at that bad boy tomorrow just to check it out and make sure it definitely wants to get curled up, get rolling there, and we'll look at it tomorrow. Fear and Greed Index is about to flip to greed. So there you go, Luis Rodriguez. And UEC is better than FMST. And that's what you were saying right there. UEC is better than FMST is what, according to Michael Anthony, Laptop Travel. How you like that? USAR, that USA Rare Earth. This one's looking good too. And I was looking at this bad boy, USAR. that one's looking nice. MP, we were talking about. I'm going to check that out in the morning, running up a little bit right there. Let's see what else is going on. We were talking about buying extra time. And so, yeah, there you are with that. And for peace of mind, and at least for them setups to work out, Luis Rodriguez said that's when the returns are the highest for him. Poly market, let's see what was happening. U.S. takes Panama Canal before 2027 at 11%. I would assume so. We're about to take Greenland. I mean, I think, and we'll acquire Greenland before 2027, and that's at 13%. So yeah, I think they made it pretty clear. I think they were going to take Greenland. I had posted that tonight, and that's pretty wild to see that. But we'll see what happens with all that geopolitical craziness that's going on right now. Let's see. If I could type it in. Hold on. What the heck am I typing? AEI is that ASET, ALSET? I don't even know what the heck it's even called, but it's all right. It's not looking too good, too bad right there. I mean, sitting right by that trend line. It's trying to curl up. Let me get a better look at it. AEI right here. Yeah, I'll check this out. It does look like it's curling up. I'm going to add that to tomorrow morning's list right there with MP, Fly, FMST, and AEI right there. So I'll be looking at them. CMG definitely moving up a little slow, but definitely moving up from our bottom area. And look at Sam. Isn't that Samuel Adams right there? Yep, Samuel Adams, Boston Beer. Oh, that looks really good, huh? That's looking good. It's up $4.20 today. Look at that. And looks pretty good right there for good old Samuel Adams. I know you always keep an eye on Samuel Adams, Luis Rodriguez. And we were talking about Cracker Barrel was going up. U.S. taking on Venezuela's oil. No one should be buying oil, but instead we should be looking at oil services. That's a good point. What are the oil services? Laptop travel. Give us a few of them bad boys. UNG, you said going to 12. We were talking about that earlier right there. UNG. And let me see. GRMN. Isn't that Garmin? GRMN. Yeah, that's Garmin right there. That's not. Oh, that looks pretty good. That's curling up, looking nice. At CES, Garmin unveils what the hell? Unified cabin? What the heck's that say? Unified cabin 2020. I don't even know what it's talking about. Anyway, I guess they had something at CES right there, and you guys can check that out for Garmin. And TEM is good. Tempest AI. That looks pretty good too, Luis Rodriguez. Drio right here is at Dario Health. Oh, that's been running up. We were talking about that not long ago. And LTBR, good old Lightbridge. Haven't looked at that in a little while. That's electrical part one, and that is trying to go back up. Oh, I don't even, did I not put Pfizer on the list? I have options on this. I don't even know how I skipped it. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. I certainly didn't even put it on the list, but this is the other one I have options on. This thing looks like it's about to get squeezing tomorrow, guys. So keep an eye on this FISV. It looks really good. And I had said this was one of our January ones, and I got them the other day. So thank you, Luis Rodriguez, for that reminder right there. And FRMI right there, Fermi. And that's looking pretty good. Didn't you mention this one the other day too? It looks familiar. And there you go, FRMI. You can check that out. And CRML and MP, we'll be looking at them guys in the middle, or in the morning too. We'll look at them in the middle, but we'll look at them in the morning as well. And lift right here. It looks like it wants to have a nice lift up and get cruising. That does look like one to get set up to run, Michael Anthony. I do like that lift look. And Uber, wasn't that running the other day? And it's running up today. Actually, it was running today. That's when I saw it. Today felt like it was like 5 days long. I'm not going to lie. Uber was running today. I did see that running up there. So there you go. Lyft is looking pretty good. Snap, that has been running up. We were talking about that bad boy. MSCI confirmed digital asset treasury companies will remain in MSCI indices. What the heck can I talk? For the February 26th review. I'm not even sure what that even means. Who said that? Luis Rodriguez? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but it looks pretty good. It's trying to roll up there, just have resistance. And they decide against excluding digital asset treasury companies from its indices and will launch a broader consultation on non-operating firms, keeping crypto-heavy constituents available for now. decides against excluding. So they'll still have digital treasury companies in there. Okay. I couldn't really follow that, but I couldn't follow what you said either. So it wasn't you. I just couldn't follow what the heck it was talking about. But I think I figured it out there finally. But thank you for that. MSCI, not even sure what it is, but we'll keep an eye on it. They're going to keep the treasury companies or the crypto ones in it. I think that's what I just read. Don't quote me on that. You guys know my reading comprehension is not very good. So you tell me, was I right? What the heck was it again? MSCI? MSCI decides against excluding digital asset treasury companies from its indices. So, yeah. And we'll launch a broader consultation on non-operating firms, keeping crypto-heavy constituents eligible for now. Okay. Yeah, they're going to keep them around, it sounds like. Holy cow. Talk about trying to figure that out. Anyway, there you go with that. That's what it said, I think. And let's look at air. We were looking at that. Michael Anthony saying that could pop. I think it already did in the after hours, Michael Anthony. I'm pretty sure it did just pop right there. And look at both that air could pop, and you told would fall. We were talking about something else. MO, what is that? Altria Group? That one's way down right there. Could pop. I don't know. That one looks like it could be dipping down. We'll watch for that bottom right there. That's for sure. Tomorrow, the December ADP employment change is expected to increase by plus 48,000. Job openings on Wednesday also. Is that a good thing, Luis Rodriguez? I'm guessing if it's plus 48,000. I have no idea. And Sam said Krang from, oh, that's Krang. That is Krang. Oh, dude. That's who that is. Thank you. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe I've seen it recently watching it with Dougie. I don't know. I just know. I was like, wait, I definitely know that character. I couldn't put my finger on it. Thank you very much, Sam. It's definitely that Krang from the Ninja Turtles. That's what Michael Anthony reminds you of. That's pretty funny right there. ABEO we looked at. LW we were talking about. On Thursday, Q3, non-farm productivity. So Friday, December non-farm payrolls. CPBP. CBP. Oh, Campbell's right here. What the heck am I reading? It must be getting late. CPB. That's Campbell's right here, trying to rebound a little bit, but I'm not so sure, Michael Anthony. Did it hit a lower low than pop this afternoon? I mean, it looks like it's trying to pop up there, but I'm not so sure. We'll look at it tomorrow and get a better idea for that Campbell's. That could be a little fake pop off looking for you. So yeah, it could be still stair stepping its way right down. So I don't trust it. Let's put it that way, Michael Anthony. For Campbell's KHC, what is that? KHC. Oh, Kraft Heinz. We looked at this one before. I know that. And let's see. That one's dipping down. Did they ever change the company? Remember they were splitting the company up? I remember. I think when I got back from Canada, we were looking at it because I was talking about it, and then they split the company. I said something weird was going on, and then they split the company up or something crazy. I do remember that. We were talking about Barrick Gold and gold right there. And SBSW, what is that one? I don't even know. Did we look at it? And I don't think we looked at this one. Stillwater, what does it say? Sibiine? Stillwater? I have no idea. It's running up, though, and looks pretty good. That's a precious metals and mining one. That does look pretty good, Michael Anthony, I must say. And Berwick switched out of that symbol because they wanted to represent that they mine more than just gold. Oh, so Barrick did. Barrick did. So Barrick got out of the thing because they don't just mine gold, but it's called Barrick Mining Corp. But it is a gold company. I guess they do mine like copper and other things, I guess. So there you go. Thank you for that news. And Michael Anthony or MasterCard's looking pretty good right there. But MA, good old Michael Anthony. And he said he's on point tonight. And let me see what else is going on. We were talking about all that good stuff, our Jeopardy that we have. Fuel cell right here. What's that doing here? FCEL. And that one not looking too bad. That one's trying to get set up. Who said that one? Luis Rodriguez and ULY. Let me see what this is doing. Urgently right here. That looks pretty urgently running up right now. And then I was asking what that one on the laptop travel list, but it was Weemy right there. Good old Weemy hologram. You can check that out. TXN, Texas Instruments. This ran up big today. Could continue that momentum. I did see that. Remember, we were just talking about this thing. Damn, we're definitely early on all these. We have to stay on top of them, I think. And how about Dutch Brothers right here, restaurant one, and that's running up there. Business is good at Vesco. What is that one? I forget what that even is. VSCO. Oh, Victoria's Secret. That's what that is. They probably had a great Christmas. And there you go. That is looking really good. It's hitting some resistance, so be careful with that. And Cake is Cheesecake Factory, and that's been running up. Remember, we found the bottom on that. Damn, that was a good one, too, right there for CAKE. And Brothers right there. They have a new owner for Dutch Brothers, I guess. I don't know. That's what oh, you knew the owner, he said, for Dutch Brothers. I got you, laptop travel. I thought you said it has a new owner. I can't read anything. You knew the owner. And Apple definitely needs some AI in its portfolio right now. It definitely needs to do something there. And Amazon has AI. Everybody has AI, but Apple seems to be stalling right there. And let me see what else is going on. The rare earths, minerals, and lithium looking great, and they certainly are right now. And 3 of your 5 2026 high conviction leaps picks were nicely today. QCOM, CRM, and Amazon, PayPal, and Adobe are just getting started. What is your Salesforce up to right here? Let's see what CRM is doing. That is looking pretty good right there. There you go. QCOM, really nice star for you, Luis Rodriguez, I would say. And Amazon's a beauty right there. That was ripping up there as well. So there you go. PayPal starting to cruise. That's not it. PayPal, we looked at it, is starting to cruise up there. So there you go. And you loaded up on Grab. You grabbed a bunch of them, huh? And that is looking pretty decent right there. GRAB, let's keep an eye on that. That looks like it wants to set up and run right there for GRAB. Isn't that one that does like Uber or something in Singapore? Yeah. Grab acquires AI robotics firm. Something, what? Infomove to enhance first and last mile delivery with autonomous robots. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, Grab, looking forward to riding an Uber robo taxi in Singapore. Yeah, that's what it is. So if I would have just kept reading, Laptop Travel said exactly that. And let's see, Michael Anthony, HIMX right here. Let's see what's going on with HIMX. Wow, that looks pretty good right there. We'll keep an eye on HIMX, that's for sure. Hold on. HIMX, not looking bad, I must say. And ASX right here, not looking too bad. That was running up right there. ASX. Yeah, look at that bad boy. ASX in the top. Looks like it could run up a little bit more. And UMC is United Microelectronics, and that was jumping up there today. Has some good resistance up there, so we'll see. And let's see what else is going on. VYTX being bought out, huh? So there you go. Is that what it was? VYTX. There you go. VTYX. And they're being bought out. So that was that big spike, I guess. And let me see what else is going on. Luis Rodriguez said Michael Anthony CRML broke out in after hours and is in blue sky territory right there. I would say so. What is that other healthcare one? BABA? Well, they're not a healthcare one, that's for sure. BABA is like Alibaba or whatever the heck it is, or whatever you call it. And it's definitely not a healthcare. It's an internet retail in China. That's not looking that great right there. How about Gap? What are they up to? I haven't looked at that in forever. And that jumped that's gapping up there today. How about that? And Levi, did all of these do pretty well today, I'm guessing? Yeah, the apparel ones are looking pretty good. So we'll see what's going on with them guys. MicroStrategy's up big in the after hours on the MSCI news. So there you go with that. Let's see. MSTR right there at 168. We'll see. So keep an eye on that bad boy tomorrow, obviously, for MicroStrategy being up big in the after hours. Oh, yeah, look at that bad boy. It did run right up there, huh? Didn't even see that. Or did that happen after we looked at it? I have no idea, but there you go. That is way up there and looking pretty good. So keep an eye on that. Essentially, companies like MicroStrategy will remain eligible for inclusion in indexes like the S&P 500. So thank you, Luis Rodriguez, for that. And there you go. That's what everybody wanted to look at tonight. Let me see what else is going on and what else we missed. So let me take a quick look, see what's trending over here, and I'll tell you a quick story about my sister. And here's MicroStrategy, CRML. Rumble's up tonight. Let's see what Rumble's doing right here. RUM. That's kind of cruising along. Not looking too bad. Oh, what did I just do? I just made this chart a lot shorter. But yeah, Rumble looking pretty good right there. So keep an eye on that. SoFi down. VKTX, the Viking, is up a little bit. I don't know why, but let's see. VKTX, the Viking. It took that big dip the other day, so we'll see in that SanDisk or whatever we were looking at. Laptop Travel, you had mentioned this one the other day, MNTS, and that one was ripping up there. I know that. And let's see, IMSR. What is that? Terrestrial energy is getting some terrestrial energy running up, and ALMS is up pretty big this evening as well. So let's see what ALMS, Alumis, and this one is a biotech company and was running up there. So there you go. Some that are trending over there on the old StockTwits look. And let's see if I missed anything over here. I think we got to everything. I think everybody put everything into the old stream thing, and we looked at it all. Let me see. Did I miss anything? Doug, CRML is at 1350 in the after hours now. Well, that's a beauty, I must say, for CRML. I'll be happy about that in the morning, I'm sure. So that one's going to be nice. I think we have a lot of good ones. I'm going to go ahead, do the night note, put it in the Discord. So if you have any questions about Discord or anything ever, feel free to reach out and hit me up on X. I always answer everybody. And let me tell you a quick story about my sister. So obviously I got my hair cut tonight. She came over. She cut my hair after she got done working. She's not even a hairdresser anymore. And so she comes over, and I made dinner. I made some spaghetti so that we'd have some dinner and she could eat over, and she cut mine and Dougie's hair. So we eat dinner, I make dinner and everything, and we're eating, and she's cutting my hair. And she came in, she kind of looked pretty she's not really big, but she looked pretty thin. I was like, what the heck, she dieting or something? I didn't know what was going on, but my sister doesn't diet, so you just don't know my sister. Growing up with my sister, like, I'm not even kidding, like, I had to like hide my Taco Bell or something and food. She would eat like everything, like it was crazy, and she was never like a big person at all ever, but she has the ability to out eat almost, like we always say, she could go to like an eating contest and probably win. It's insane how much food my sister can eat. It's pretty wild. Like, everyone in my family, we're all kind of like amazed by it. And she's not big, like she's not big at all. But anyway, so she comes in, and I was like, oh, she must have lost a couple pounds. Like I said, she's not big at all anyway. So we eat dinner, and I give her the biggest plate. I give her way more than me, everybody. I probably gave her as much as everybody combined, because I know she's gonna, and she houses it. Like, she licks the plate clean. It's crazy. She could just eat like a beast, and she has no problem with me talking about it. She's mentions it and is open about it, so it's perfectly fine. So anyway, we eat dinner, and then she's cutting my hair, and she's like a hardcore Trump person now. It's kind of funny. She's like really hardcore about it, and she's really pissed. I told you guys she's had a lot of health issues from the COVID shot, so she's like really pissed about the whole COVID shot and everything like that. But I'll tell you what, she was like she was doing not even a comedy routine, but she's cutting my hair and just like talking about all this stuff. And I swear to God, me and my wife were just dying laughing. Like, I was like, had tears rolling down my eyes. I was laughing so hard. It was so good. It was probably the funniest thing I've seen or heard in like the last year. It was hysterical. So I'm gonna have my sister come over this weekend and videotape it in front of like a green screen and do all the editing for her, because I'm telling you, she crushed it. I was like, holy cow, it was so good. I could see it like definitely getting tweeted out there. She was saying the funniest things about like I don't even remember, to be honest, but she was talking about COVID, and she was talking about all like the pharmaceutical drugs and stuff like that. And she was just, she She went on for like a 10-minute tear. There you are. What's up, Brett? Telling a little story here about my sister. It's pretty funny. But she went on like a 10-minute tear, and it was hilarious. So we're gonna videotape that, and I'll have it up for you hopefully next week. But the greatest thing, I was telling you, like she said, when I said she walked in, she looked like she had thinned out, lost a couple pounds. So she was started talking to us at dinner and telling us, and she was saying like how she recently went to the doctor and she had blood work done, and I have to go back and get my blood work redone because my cholesterol's apparently like crazy. It runs in our family. It's like hereditary. It's wild. So they all want us on like cholesterol medicine. I was like, no way. And my sister said the same thing. And my grandma lived to like her late 80s, and they said her like triglycerides or whatever it is, they were like so astronomical, like you shouldn't be alive. And they were like that her whole life. So they've been like, our cholesterol apparently is like really high in my family. So my sister's saying like she just went to the doctor. Well, she went before and she had to go back for the does she invest? Oh no, she does not invest, Luis Rodriguez. She would be a character for sure, but no, she could barely count change back. I'm not gonna lie. She's definitely an interesting character. Like I told you, growing up, I got A's and B's, and my parents really, I cruised through school. She wasn't the best at school. I'm not going to lie. She admitted to you she never cared about it, doesn't invest or anything. No, none of that. But anyway, so she's talking about that she had to go to doctors, and then she had to recently go back for her checkup. And and she was saying that the doctor, when she went the first time, he was saying that he wanted her to take cholesterol medicine. And this is where it started at. He tried to get her on Ozempic, and she was like listen, right now, I don't want Ozempic. I never want you to ever say that to me again. She's like, that shit's crap. It's a drug. Don't ever say that to me again. I know you get a kickback, but just drop it right there. Put it in your notes. You're never going to bring that up to me again. I don't believe in the pharmaceutical industry. She's kind of like me now. She was never always like this, I'll put it that way, but she is now. And so yeah, she's like totally anti-pharmaceuticals. And so yeah, they tried to give her Ozempic, and she was like, well, and honestly, she wouldn't even have needed it. It's kind of crazy. So this just shows you that like everybody's on this shit, and the doctors are definitely getting kickbacks and giving it to people. My sister definitely she wouldn't be on it. I'm telling you right now, she's not that big, so she's not even close. She's normal size, so it's kind of crazy that they would even suggest it. So anyway, they suggested to her, and she's like all pissed off about it, and she's like yelling at the doctor saying no. And then he's like, all right, well, she's like, I'll just lose weight or whatever. So he's like, all right, I need to see you back in a few months, we'll get more blood work, blah blah blah. So she's like, so I go back to the doctors. She's telling me and my wife the story. It's so funny. We're dying laughing. She goes, we go back to the doctors. And now I know my sister my whole life, obviously. She's definitely not dieting. She's telling us, she's like, I'm not doing any dieting. I'm never gonna diet. I eat at midnight. I eat whatever I want when I want. And she does. She's a beast. Like when it comes to food, watch out. She will definitely like take the food off your plate and eat it. She's done it to me my whole life. Probably why I'm skinny. I'm not gonna lie. And we've always said that. But anyway, so she doesn't do any dieting. She doesn't do anything. You know what she tells us she does? I'm telling you, we're sitting here baffled. She straight up says the only thing I changed, and she's like, she always drinks water. She's not a soda drinker or anything like that. So she always drank water with ice and fresh lemon. And so she tells us, she's like, the only thing that she changes in between this whole time, she lost 21 pounds, guys. That's what she told us. And she looked like it. She looked like she had lost like a bunch of weight. Like I said, you could tell because she's not heavy. So her losing 21 pounds is like kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. Like when she walked in, I was like, damn, she like got thinned out. Like, and I'm telling you, she eats like a monster. She can just eat. She ate more spaghetti than everybody tonight, probably like half a pound herself. I'm not going to lie. She's a monster when it comes to food. So she tells us, she's like, yeah. She's like, so I go, she lost 21 pounds. Her cholesterol's done. Her was way down. Her blood, what was the other thing that was way down? what the heck's the other thing that you blood sugar? Her blood sugar, or not the blood sugar. What the heck is my thing? I don't know. Her cholesterol and something else was like way down. She had lost 21 pounds, and the doctor was like, "Oh wow, you did a diet." She's like, "No, I don't diet." She's like, "I eat whatever I want, whenever I want." This is what she told us she did. So she always drank a lot of water, ice water with lemon. And so she said that what she does now is she takes Himalayan pink salt and she puts a pinch of it in her water and all of her, and she drinks like this monstrous cup of water. It's like this big. She had it, like I've seen it before. So she just fills that up, and then whenever she fills it up, she said she puts a pinch of Himalayan pink salt in it, and that is what did it. And she's like, I changed nothing. I still eat at midnight. I still eat everything I eat. And I'm telling you, she looked, me and my wife were like amazed. We were like, this. My wife went out and bought lemons and Himalayan salt, because our Himalayan salt somehow got like wet. The thing on the bottom, it was right next to the stove, and it got wet when we were cooking the one day. It just recently happened, actually. It's kind of funny. And my wife actually already went out. I'm actually drinking it right now. I put it in here. There's fresh squeezed lemon juice and some Himalayan salt. I don't taste any of it. I taste the lemon juice, and I've always I've drank water with fresh lemon juice pretty much regularly my whole life. I know it's really good for you. It's really good for your blood flow, and it's good for digestion. It's good for everything. So it's supposed to be always healthy. I never heard of the Himalayan salt. We Googled it. We looked it up on AI. It says it absolutely won't work on AI, but I'm telling you, my sister is definitely not lying. She's not dieting, I promise you. And she lost 21 pounds. She wasn't a soda drinker or anything, so she didn't like cut out anything. Me and my wife were like, when she left, we're like, my wife immediately said like, what did she always drink? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure she always just drinks water. She don't drink soda. But I had to text her and ask her. I'm like, what did you replace this with? What were you drinking? And she said, I just regular water. I just started adding the Himalayan salt to it. That's all I changed. Literally nothing else in my life did I change except adding pink Himalayan salt to her water with lemon and ice in it. And she's lost 21 pounds, and this happened pretty quick. I mean, she was talking like less than 2 months, and she just started doing it. And she said she feels great, looks great, and yeah, me and my wife couldn't believe it. I was like, I have to tell the story on my show tonight, and she was like, yeah, go for it. And so yeah, there's no evidence, there's no proof, there's no anything anywhere else, but my sister seems to swear by it. And like I said, she is definitely not dieting. I promise you guys. I mean, you put anything in front of her food wise and it tastes good, it's going to be gone. She's going to inhale it like it's not even there. I promise you. And so, yeah, she lost 21 pounds, and that's all she's doing. Fresh water, drinking water with ice and lemon and Himalayan salt, a pinch of it. So give it a try. I told her I would tell everybody because it was fascinating to me and my wife. And like I said, I'm drinking it right now just because I got to get my cholesterol down. Her cholesterol went back to like normal, which is like, I was like, that's impossible in our family. I'm telling you, it's physically impossible. I've never could even imagine. So I'm supposed to go get my blood work again. I was supposed to do it like a month ago, and I was going to go in a week or this week. And I just told my wife, I'm like, yo, I'm drinking this for the next 2 weeks. I'm pushing that off for 2 weeks. I got to see this for myself if this does make a difference, because I know with my cholesterol, and again, I eat healthy. It's just hereditary in my family. I know that. My dad's side, it's astronomical, and we have it. So it is what it is. And, but yeah, my sisters went like to totally normal. Everything else went normal, and she lost 21 pounds, and she added some Himalayan pink salt, a pinch of it to her water. So give it a try there, Rhett, and everybody else, if you guys want to try it out. And my sister, I'm telling you, she is hysterical. She is pretty funny. And I'm definitely having her come over and do that routine. Not that it's anything written down. She was like, I kind of remember I wrote down a couple of the points, and I know that she can easily just go right into her routine. And she's very like animated, I could talk and I'm animated. She's even more than me. I mean, she's a lot. So when she's around, my wife's real quiet. And so yeah, when my sister's around, she's super, super loud, and she's a lot. And so yeah, she could be a lot to handle sometimes. Not bad, but it's just she's a lot. She's like very animated, and she talks loud, and she can talk. And so yeah, she my wife, we were dying laughing today. We were laughing so hard. It was crazy. I'm telling you, I had tears coming down my eyes while I was getting my hair cut. I couldn't believe it. I was laughing so hard. So yeah, we're definitely going to get her to come over. I'll videotape it and I'll edit it all together. She was like, yeah, I'll do it. No problem. So yeah, it was great. And we try to be as real as it is. You know that, Rhett. You're the man, Rhett. So Market Outfitter on there. That's Rhett, everybody. If you didn't know, that's Rhett. And Rhett holds our Discord together, does it all for us. So Rhett is the man, always in contact with Rhett. And yeah, so anyone wants to try it, give that thing a try and let's all talk about it. You guys know we talk about everything, health and all that good stuff on this show. Try to give you a little angle of everything, you know that. And yeah, I'm giving it a try, and I'm gonna go get my blood work done in the next 2 weeks after I try this thing, and I'll let you guys know what happens. Because like I said, my cholesterol is like astronomical, and I'm like, I'm not taking medicine. I don't even care for it. And but it's definitely not good to have high cholesterol. That's for sure. My wife keeps yelling at me, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm just not taking medicine. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, I started drinking it right here. I'm not gonna lie. The water's gone. I mean, it tastes. I love water with lemon juice anyway. It tastes great. So I guess a little pinch of Himalayan salt. I don't need to lose weight. That's the only thing, but I'm giving it a try. If it makes my cholesterol go down, I'll be amazed. I'm not going to lie about that. Jason Mullins, how are you this evening? Let's check out IMSR and anybody else that needs anything to check out. I saw a couple other people post things up as we were talking about my sister. Yeah, if my sister invested, I would definitely have her. Maybe I'll have her on one night. I'll have her come over. She'll hang out. She's got like bright red hair. It's not natural. She was a hairdresser for many years. She looks like we call her a gypsy. She's definitely a very interesting human being. I'm not gonna lie. She's great. And but I must say, she is pretty damn funny. She's a great person. She'll do anything for anybody. She really is a really nice person, sort of like how I am. We were raised that way, I must say. So she is a she got a great heart and everything, but yeah, she's like a big Trump fan now. It's super funny. And so yeah, I gotta have her come over and do that. And then again, try out the old my sister, her name's Leslie. We'll call it the Leslie trick right there. And put Himalayan salt in and fresh lemon in your water and see if it does anything. So we're all gonna give this a try because I told her I was gonna tell everybody. I'm like, we gotta try this. I mean, this sounds bizarre. And I'm looking at my sister like, again, you know your family members way too well. I know she's not dieting, she's not changing anything, and she's telling us that she's not. I mean, she's not lying to us, that's for sure. So absolutely, we got to see what this is all about. Unless she's just a phenomenon, and this just happens to work for her. So I don't know, but yeah, Rhett and everybody else, give it a try, see what happens. But yeah, she doesn't she doesn't exercise. She eats pretty healthy, but again, her serving sizes are like this. I'm telling you, they're like two. Rhett, you might be a big eater. My sister will out eat you. I promise you, without even trying. She'll go. I'm not kidding. I kid you not. I'll tell you a story. She'll go to this restaurant where they go and get the seafood dish. It's a seafood dish for two. They know the owner of the place. It's a seafood dish for two. Her and her friend will go. She goes and gets the thing and finishes the whole entire thing herself. The owner can't believe it. He's like, Jesus Christ, Leslie, that's so crazy. And she's like, gets up and she's fine. Like it doesn't even phase her. It's absolutely crazy the amount of food she eats. She can do it all the time. She's been doing it my entire life. So she's 4 years older than me. Yeah, she's going to be 50. She's going to be 50 and she can eat at midnight like that. And I'm telling you, she's not big. She's not big at all. And yeah, like I said, she walked in and I was just like, she said a pinch. That's all she said was a pinch. She said, literally, I take a pinch and just go like that into my salt. That's what she said, Doge Mom and I. Me and my wife were just fascinated. We were just laughing and watching her like, are you talking? But yeah, I'm sitting there looking at her like, and I know she is not dieting. She's not changing shit. And she's eating at midnight and she'll eat like, she'll probably go to Taco Bell and order like something crazy amount of food. I'm telling you, growing up, she ate so much, it was wild, and I didn't have the biggest appetite. I'm not the biggest, but we would go to Taco Bell. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'd go and get like tacos. If I went to Taco Bell, I would always order her food, whether she was home or not. It didn't matter. I didn't even call and ask, because if I showed up with Taco Bell and she happened to be there, I couldn't even like go wash my hands. I'm not kidding. She would eat like two tacos in the time I'd like put it on the table and wash my hands. She would literally come out and devour it. And she's been that way her whole life. And so yeah, it's fascinating to me. And she walked in the door, I was like, man, her whole face, it looked thinner. She looked really healthy, and she hasn't had the greatest health lately. I was telling you guys before, and I haven't seen her. I saw her my last haircut. I probably got about a month ago. So I see her pretty often. I mean, but I haven't seen her probably in about 3 to 4 weeks. So figure about 3 to 4 weeks. This is all taking place. I couldn't believe it when she walked in the door. I was like, what the hell are you up to? Like, what are you doing? I could, like I said, she looked really like the best she's looked in a while. And yeah, she's like glowing and like feeling great. And I was like, this is pretty wild. So I had to share the story with you. I told her I was going to, and so there you go. Try a little Himalayan sea salt or Himalayan salt, pink salt with your water and lemon. So there you go. When I buy that, get at support that will bounce. I don't know, but let me go through and see what we're looking at here. Rhett will go through the rest. Hey, Rhett, let this today. You won't even believe what I did. We sold the we all sold our Lucid calls, right? So I had the profits on that. And right at the end of the day, for some crazy reason, this thing just, I'm going through the market. This thing just happened to look amazing right here at the end of the day. And you could see it was just kind of looking good. I literally bought it like right here, right before I bought a couple options. And now it's up like 14%. That's kind of crazy. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm like excited. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So that should be a fun one right there. That was a lucky one. And if we were doing the live trading, I said I would have definitely mentioned it. It was just a last minute decision. And I was just kind of sitting there like, man, this thing looks really, I mean, look at it. It's the 20s meeting up with the 50. It was curling up like that. That's all I got from, I was looking at this and it looked so solid. It was closing up at its high. And I was like, man, it looks like it wants to run up a little bit more tomorrow morning. I'll take that run up. And then the next thing you know, it went nutty. So I would say that was a nice one right there. I'm going to be pretty excited in the morning right there, Rhett. That's for sure. And we'll see what else is happening in the morning. You guys know that. But let me go through and see what else is happening over here and what you guys want to end the show with. But yeah, I'll have to get my sister on. Well, I'll videotape the comedy thing for you, because I'm telling you guys will piss yourself. We were laughing so hard. It was crazy. It was so funny because everything she said was so true. It was just and the way she was saying it was just crazy funny. And I know she can do it almost every time, because that's just the way she is. So we'll definitely get her to do that. You guys will get to see my sister. And then yeah, maybe I'll have her on a show one night, because she is pretty funny, I must say. Especially she, like I said, she is hardcore Trump. So if you're not a hardcore Trump person, she may bother you, but she is hardcore Trump. She does not. Again, we grew up in a Democrat. I'm a registered Democratic voter. I've run in multiple elections as an independent. I make it real clear. She does not like Democrats anymore, and it's so funny, guys. I mean, she's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, we'll do all that good stuff. Let me see, what were we looking at over here? IMSR. What is that, Jason Mullins? Let's see what IMSR is right here. If I can find my fingers on the keyboard the right way, it might help. Oh, there, IMSR. That terrestrial energy. Didn't someone just mention this, or was it you? And I looked at it and I already forgot. Anyway, that looks pretty good right there, I must say. Oh, Red already giving it a try. Look at that. I'll retweeting it out, guys. There you go. Rhett's already giving it a try right there. He's got his lemon, his glass of water. He's looking at his FinViz right there. He's got, well, my screen, I'm sure. And he's checking it out. So there you go. I love it. And let's go back to that IMSR right there, because I just clicked off of it. But there you go, Rhett. Give it a try. And like I said, we'll all give it a try, because I'm definitely going to do it. If this thing lowers my cholesterol, I'm going to be absolutely amazed, because I'm telling you, I got that thing done couple months ago. I was like, whoa, they're pretty high numbers. They're not supposed to be that high. I should be dead, I think. But I'm not going to worry about it because everyone in my family, I know my dad's has always been super high. He ain't taking medicine. So I'm like, whatever. I'll roll the dice. It's super high, but it runs in the family. But yeah, my sister's just went to normal and hers was like super. She was telling us hers was higher than mine. I'm like, holy shit, where's this Himalayan salt at? Shit, I need to do this right now. And yeah, me and my wife are just cracking up because we were like, she couldn't run out to the store fast enough. We were like, we gotta try this. This is the craziest thing ever. But anyway, IMSR right here is at 1010 in the air. Whoa, that's really moving then. Is that at the 50 right there? It's nah, not quite. Okay. Hold on, let's see. Let me bring it up on here. It'll be much easier. Hold on real quick. IMSR. So there's a good story for you guys. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy cruising up there. 970 right there. What'd you say it was at? 1010. Wow. That's not quite that high, but it's like right around there. That's pretty good though. That's moving up pretty nice. I'd say you get to the 50 right there, which is almost at 11. It's like 1090. Hold on, I can't see right there. 1074 it looks like. Call it 1075. I think you get right there, to be honest with you. It looks pretty good to continue to move. Jason Mullins. So, yeah, I think that does look good. IMSR, terrestrial energy right there. And Dougie getting a shard out on the CNR show tonight. Oh, sweet. There you go. That's awesome. Love it to listen to the show. That's for sure. And yeah, my boys Cavino and Rich, and I always talk about them. You guys know who they are. They're the best. You guys know that. Absolutely the best at talking about entertainment. I've known them for over 20 years, and they're the best at talking about sports too. I mean, they're just so good at what they do. They get you so intrigued in it, but they just know how to talk like normal people and bring it down to everybody's level and make everybody interested in it and feel comfortable. It's just great. So they are great at what they do, that's for sure. And like I say, I was blessed to be able to just hang out at the studio for as much as I got to. And maybe I probably picked up a few things on how to do radio and do things like this. And maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Obviously, Rich had told me, I told you guys for years to do something like this. And I talk to him all the time. So he knows I have the gift of gab, that's for sure. And I talk about this all the time. And so, yeah, he was already telling me to do it for a while. And he clearly knows the industry extremely well. He's been doing it his whole life. I don't know. I think I talked about before, but I mean, Rich was on what? Not K-Rock. That was Z100. That's what it was called. He was on Z100 was what Rich was on. He was on there when he was like 17 years old. He was on the biggest New York radio station on one of they were the biggest one in the country at the time. He had a radio show at 17 years old. That's crazy. And then K-Rock was the other big one. That was the biggest rock station in the country coming out of New York. And Cavino worked for there and had a show going on. He had worked for Howard Stern. He talks about the show and then got the opportunities and started doing nights. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And being able to do it at that kind of level, at that age, of course, you're either not going to make it in that industry or you're going to be really good and be great at it. And they obviously became really good and great at it and then got put together. And that was an amazing thing. So, yeah, it's a pretty incredible story, their story. And I basically watched it happen, to be completely honest with you. I was one of the first guests that ever got to go up there. And just because I had created the whole I Love Roadhead thing and hit up Sammy J, they had we were talking about it at the convention. They had a no dude policy back then. They didn't even let guys on the show. They were Maxim Radio. They had Maxim models coming on and all kinds of chicks. It was wild up there. So we used to take girls and then we took little guys. So we took Mikey Blunts, our little guy friend, and Chuck Love. And that's how Hire Little People was made. I told you I created we had a company called Hire Little People. It was actually called Hire a Midget at the beginning. And the first time we went to Cavino and Rich, me and my partner Timmy, business partner, we just made a website. Literally the night before we went there, we made a website called Hire a Midget. It was all about a joke for Mikey Blunts, just like something that he could promote. and it ended up becoming a very lucrative company. It was actually crazy, all the stuff we did. I tell you the stories. We did shows for Jerry Springer, all kinds of movie production companies, you name it, we did it. And then we did a lot of fun events too for people in the area. And I managed people all over the country and all over the globe. There was 25 little people internationally that I managed and set up events for and everything. And then we had over like 100 of them in the US, 100 little people that I was setting jobs up for. It was a very lucrative thing. It was awesome. It was crazy. And Chuck was loving it. He would help out and got him all kinds of jobs. And then, like I said, we would do things and we'd do classy jobs. I had a lot of contracts with a bunch of casinos throughout the country. They were big into it because it was good entertainment for them. And it was always good, they paid well, but it was always, safe atmospheres and stuff like that. I made sure it was always like that. But yeah, at Christmas time we would crush the elves. I mean, it would be nuts. And Valentine's Day, Cupid ones, and of course the biggest one would be St. Patrick's Day with leprechauns. I mean, it would be nutty, guys. I'm telling you, we would just go around and just do a bunch of different gigs. And yeah, it was amazing. And me and Chuck used to have a fun time doing it. But I gave a lot of opportunities to a lot of little people, and it was a good time back then. So I'm glad we got to do something like that. And it was a crazy business, but yeah, it started as a complete joke and became very lucrative for everybody involved. It was pretty wild. So that started off the first time we went to CNR, and yeah, they had just started their show. Like I said, I'd mentioned before, I literally listened to their trial show. They were just on. I had Sirius back then. There wasn't many shows. Stern wasn't even on yet, and they had Maxim Radio. And then these guys came on there and they started doing this show. And Maxim had its own station, and these dudes started doing a show and like a promo show or something. And yeah, they got put together, and then they lasted through the entire time in Sirius. It was pretty wild. There were so many shows that came and went, so many channels. They were on so many different channels. They constantly just got shuffled around. And but they always made the cut, that's for sure, until they decided that they didn't want to make the cut anymore, and they did their Patreon thing, and that's huge now. So that's awesome for them. Glad they gave me a shout out. That's for sure. You guys know that. And yeah, so if you're ever bored or ever want to check out some great entertainment, some great entertaining radio, check out Covino and Rich Show. They're awesome. You can Google them. They're on Patreon. They're also on Fox Sports, so they do a lot of big things as well. And they're just really super good guys. I'm going to tell you that. And you guys know I've talked about them before, but they're great. So there you go. And IMSR, like I said, looking pretty good there, Jason Mullen. So you put too much. They're only supposed to put a little pinch in, I guess. And again, guys, that's what I'll say. My sister uses a cup like this big. Like, look, it's like that, guys. Like, it's huge. It's this giant, like, picture this thing, but maybe even bigger than my mug right there. And she puts a pinch in. So I took the Himalayan salt shaker and went and just did like a quick little thing, and then I just squeezed some lemon juice into it, and I'm almost done the water, to be honest with you. It's almost gone. So tastes really good. Like I said, I do love water with lemon juice in it, and the salt I don't even taste. But hey, if it's going to bring down my cholesterol, because she said that is all that she did that was different, I'm amazed, and I'm definitely going to have to see how this works out. So thank you, Jason Mullins. I appreciate you watching the show when you can, that's for sure. And AZI, let's see. I don't know if we went over that, but we can go over it right now. That's for sure. And let's see. Oh, look at that one jumping up there. AutoZai, whatever it's called, Internet Technology. That's a China one. I am familiar with this thing, but it is ripping there. Let me see it on here. AZI. Yeah, that looks like it could continue tomorrow. I bet Laptop Travel will have fun with that at 4 a.m. with the 4 a.m. Warriors. That's when that looks like it's going to be running, Jason. So if you're up early, definitely keep an eye on AZI, because it definitely is looking good there to continue to cruise up there and looking nice. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a pretty fun market review and some good stories about my sister. I haven't really ever talked about her, but she definitely had some good ones today. I'll tell you that. I'm telling you, her comedy routine. She didn't even try to do a routine. She was just sitting there talking while she was doing my hair, and it was absolutely hysterical. When we were lying laughing, I told her that she had to come over and videotape it. She couldn't believe. She was like, "You really think it was funny?" And me and my wife were just dying. I'm like, "Les, I'm telling you, you're coming over to videotape that because I can't even believe how freaking funny that was. That was unbelievably funny." And I give you an honest review at all times. If it wasn't that good, I wouldn't be saying that. I wouldn't be wasting our time to videotape it. That's for sure. So yeah, it was that good. I'm telling you, it was probably the funniest thing I've heard in over a year. It was great. She went on a mad tear for 10 minutes and just destroyed it. She could have dropped the mic, walked out, and had a standing ovation. It was that good. I'm telling you guys, it was crazy. And then she gave us the old Himalayan salt, a pinch of that in your big old glass of water with some lemon juice. And I'm telling you, she lost 21 pounds. This isn't like a couple weeks, guys. I'm not going to lie. I just saw her. And, yeah, like 21 pounds, and her cholesterol went down and all kinds of stuff. So go figure. I don't know. I'm giving it a try. I'm not trying to lose 21 pounds, that's for sure. But if my cholesterol can go down, I'm all about a little Himalayan salt in my water. I'm not going to, I won't deny that. That's for sure. So keep me posted, everybody that gives it a try. I see Rhett's already trying it, Luis Rodriguez, everybody giving it a try. So we'll definitely keep a daily tab and see what goes on. And like I said, I'm not trying to lose weight, but I'm going to get my blood work done. So we'll see if it actually works. If it does, can you imagine? That would be the craziest thing I ever heard. Me and my wife couldn't believe what she was telling us, but I'm telling you, we're sitting there looking at her and we're like, well, she's not lying to us. So I can't say that and she told us that was all that she changed. So like I said, my wife went right out and got lemons and more and a new thing of Himalayan salt. So give it a try, everybody. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate everybody tuning in, all the great comments. Rhett hanging out tonight, Robin hanging out. He was going back and forth from CNR and our show. And, of course, Luis Rodriguez, Michael Anthony tuning in a bunch, Sim and everybody else, and Zach. And, of course, Joseph Levy's probably at pool. Utah Uties, some great picks that you were giving us there. Thank you very much for all them beauties. And who else did I miss? Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, Rhett. Oh, Jason Mullins, can't miss you. And, of course, Doge Mama 9's hanging out every single night, every morning. And we do this show every night, Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. And then we do our pre-market show at 7 a.m. on Monday through Fridays. And, of course, we do the Discord right after that. Ben starts the Discord at about 8:45 a.m. That's when he starts his morning show. I hop on at about 9:15. I let him do his thing for a half hour. I hop on. We figure out the best picks for the day. We put them out. Rhett sends them out to everybody right before the market opens. And just about every single day, they hit the mark. I mean, it's almost rare that they don't hit what we say they're going to do. It's kind of crazy. Whether you trade them smart or not and lock in your profits, now that's a whole nother story that we all have to work on. But at the same time, we give you the opportunities, and that's what we're doing this year. We're locking in profits, we're trading smart, and we're going to do that all year consistently. And again, we're going to just constantly roll the accounts over so that they constantly grow. And that's what we're going to do this year. So there you go. Oh, yeah, we did look at AZI. That one we did look at. So there you go, everyone. Thanks again, Jason Mullins and everybody else hanging out. Rhett, I'll catch you in the morning in the Discord for sure. And everybody else, I'll catch you guys at 7 a.m. for our pre-market show. So be sure to follow along, like the show on your way out of here. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Enjoy your salt water tonight and let me know how that goes. We'll keep up on that. Peace out there, Rhett, and I will see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night, Jason Mullins and everybody else. I'll see you guys in the morning.